For a challenge, I played the whole XCOM 2 campaign over the last month. Well, the challenge really was how to get the whole thing into one cohesive video, which proved especially problematic as I used more than 500 mods that made the campaign much longer, much more difficult and much more fun. I used more than 70 soldiers submitted by my community members, and we went on more than 130 missions, which amounted to 137 hours of footage, which ended up taking 1.7 terabytes of my disk space. So yeah, the whole operation was gigantic. The enemies we faced were insane, and the fun we had made me sad it had to end. But even though we lost good friends along the way, the destination was worth the sacrifices I had to make. Now crack open a cold one, lean back and relax, and join me on this epic adventure, which began at a remote outpost where my team of rookies went to break into an Advent prison. Luckily, the team was led by an experienced Reaper nicknamed Shallows, and she scouted the way towards the first two enemy patrols. I allowed them to get close and they walked right into our ambush. Oh, we're triggering. That's one dead. Oh, that's two dead. Let's go. You're shooting the corpse, buddy. Iron Lung then also popped the sentry from the second pod, which only left the sectoid and the officer active. After some tactical reshuffling, Chili scored one kill, and since Rush got too excited around the aliens, Rocker Boy had to confirm the second kill with a grenade. Shallows then broke out the two VIPs we were after. Alas, our job wasn't quite done yet.
I can get in that way.
Oh!
A lot of commotion down here.
Oh, that was so close. I got lucky there, and as a thank you, I sent them home with a well-placed claymore and our last grenade. This is the grenade that shook the world, and that's how the resistance begins. All of my rookies received a promotion after that mission, and this is where the fun began with the amalgamation mod. You see, instead of having the basic 5 classes, we now had access to hundreds of different combinations, and so Name Twice became infantry with psionic powers. Iron Lung got promoted to a grenade launcher wielding Tesla Trooper. Rocker Boy went Marauder with a ripjack, Chili became a shadow with psionic healing, and Rush became a sniper with a sword. Don't worry, you'll learn a lot more about them and their classes in the future. But first, I needed to set up research and build queues on my new ship. Then I sent a couple of squads out on covert operations with Shrimpella and Foxy, unlocking our first infiltration mission. While the squad went out there to infiltrate one of Advent's city centers, an assault mission to protect the device popped up and off we went. Alright, I think we are ready. It's gonna be a difficult mission, but I believe in us. Let's go. We ended up in the sewers, which I was not a big fan of, but we did what we do best, and we opened up with explosives. Not everyone was a rookie anymore, and it was enjoyable to be able to use some special moves to clear out the aliens who did their best to destroy the data interceptor. There's probably no way we can kill them all, so we just see what we can do. 3 damage across. Oh my god. Through a combination of poles, hacks, and flanks, we ended up with only the sectoid active, and Iron Lung used his iron lungs to resist his mind control, and then it was an easy cleanup. Gonna coin flip here for Shrimp. Oh, she got him! Let's go! That should be all of them. Oh, let's go, boys. Rocker Boy was the MVP of the mission, and Peppa got promoted into a heavy assault. I then allowed my infiltration team to over-infiltrate a bit for extra bonuses, while a couple more rookies got promoted through covert ops, when they got us our new skirmisher nicknamed Puddle. Now, we were still in the honeymoon phase. While we were weak, so were the Advent, and as my infiltration team went in, it definitely showed. The low visibility sitrep made sneaking through the city easy, and while it was hard for us to spot the enemies, it was also hard for them to spot us. Oh, they're coming closer. Oh, they're gonna spot us. Oh, we're gonna get overwatches. Oh, that's a kill. Flatline did get injured in the process, and suddenly we had 5 enemies active, but we were ready for them.
Say hello to democracy.
Blow it up. Let's go. Double kill. You'll love to see it. Kassab took care of the sentry, Death Ops guaranteed the sectoid, and Chili took care of the final trooper, which accidentally set the VIP on fire, but that's just details. After that, we rushed the exfil, and the low visibility made it so the 4 Advent we never saw also never saw us. Death Ops leveled up into a sword boy with access to biotic abilities, while Talk turned out to be a survivalist. Then the first retaliation mission popped up, which meant we got to meet our first chosen. Alright, let's see who it is. It's the Warlock. Alright, I'll take it. Not the worst, not the best, something in the middle. We landed in a thick forest, which made sightlines a nightmare on this mission, but the resistance seemed well poised to deal with the Advent on their own, while we floundered through the deep woods, hunting the elusive sectoids and burning the troopers who took that personally. Oh no. Oh no! Our retaliatory strike was delivered with zero pity for the enemy though, and soon the forest towards the warlock was clear. Say hello to our little friend. His name is Peppa. Ho, Hunter of the Chosen. And the explosion, let's go. Yeah, he hated explosives, so we shoved more grenades down his throat, and in the end it was Foxy that took him down. After that it was easy cleanup of the last few Advent troops, and Peppa turned out to be the MVP with the most damage done. He was also the only one that returned home with an injury, where we were welcomed by the councilman who gave us the coordinates for the Advent black site, but that was a mission still far removed. Because next we had to deal with the Lost. It was a supply raid type of a mission, and I knew that with how weak we still were, it would be a tough one. Oh my god, this is so far away from us. You know what? Like, there's 12 crates. If I get 2, I'm good. Which turned out to be true, especially when Koko decided to use a grenade launcher very subtly to call down more Lost on us. Just like that, we had 20 enemies active, and Chili found himself in a rough position. I think the 96. Oh my god! That's not good, buddy. That's not good. Eyepatch, Rocker Boy, and Buccaneer managed to clear most of the field, while Koko decided that missing a 95% chance is the way to go. Luckily, Chili was very sneaky, and once we started going extra aggressive, he saved Koko's life. We ended with 13 dead Advent and 32 dead Lost. We indeed got only 2 crates, but everyone got a promotion, so I was happy. The next mission also featured the Lost, as we went into a remote region to rescue a VIP and get ourselves a new soldier. The timer was tight, the Lost were ever present, and we used Deathlop's biotic shield to rush deep into the fray and rescue Hard Boiled. Con Shrimp, don't disappoint me! Let's go.
Enemies down.
You definitely earned that promotion, Shrimp. Oh, hell yeah. Of course, the zombies would not give in or give up once they got the smell of our butts up their rotten nostrils. But through some well-placed shots, my team escaped with their butts intact. Puddle, our skirmisher, was the MVP in the end, but Shrimpella became afraid of missed shots, which for a sniper was far from good. At this point, the aliens established their Avatar project, a glorified game over timer that we now had to contend with. But as we hit our next mission to sabotage a transmitter, I felt like we were ready for anything. I think at this point, we go.
The bomb is taken down.
We blow them up. Let's go. Woohoo, they all survived with 1 HP. Let's be real, the Advent didn't put up much of a fight, as we zapped them and we burned them, and well, we absolutely blew them up. These guys will never know what hit them. All 4 of them are gonna die right about now. Oh, here we go. Yep. That's 4 of them just dead. There were a couple left that tried to at least fight us, but they stood no chance as Koko hit his second MVP award. Back at the Avenger, I started building the proving grounds, and we established contact with the local resistance around the Advent black site. I also sent a team to infiltrate a city to rescue another engineer, then we were back into the sewers. This turned out to be the final mission of our honeymoon phase, but as Flatline was setting aliens on fire, we didn't know that yet. Talk and Deathops got some early kills, but then I did a stupid and triggered a squad I shouldn't have triggered, and the Warlock also showed up. It's gonna be a double explosion just for you, Mr. Warlock. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's huge. Tog got hurt in the process, but Kassab quickly showed his healing capabilities. Meanwhile, Deathops got mind controlled, but a silly Warlock hid behind an explosive barrel. Hey Warlock, I heard you like explosions, so I'm gonna give you some more explosions with your explosions. Yep, that's gonna do it. Easy money. After that, it was an easy cleanup with a couple small hiccups that Kassab easily patched. Ooh, that could be really rough for Iron Lung or for Talk.
I'm losing consciousness.
The last part of the mission was dealing with multiple reinforcements, which turned out to be relatively simple by abusing Overwatch shots with high ground advantage. We were hunting an Advent General on our next mission, and I was adamant not to reveal until we found him. Of course, that meant a lot of sneaking around Advent patrols, going deep into the enemy territory where we spotted our first Requiem enemy, and then this. Oh, shit. That's not good. It definitely wasn't good, because once we found and killed the General, the Viper King came running. That's a shitty move, you dildo. We did manage to hurt it, alas at the same time we were fighting one of the patrols we snuck away from at the start, and then the bloody floater joined the fray as well. Luckily Coco heard the king enough to trigger his escape portal, but then I went in slightly too aggressive with Puddle. Oh, set him on fire as well, that's huge. He had 1 HP remaining and my plan was to heal him with chili, but he was 1 tile too short and that's how we lost our first soldier. RIP Puddle. Chili did manage to avenge him while Coco blew apart the last enemy. We then went into the desert to squad up against advanced enemies to delay a particularly nasty high alert dark event, where we put the bonus actions we got from advantageous terrain to good use to destroy a bunch of Requiem units. Coco's grenade launcher featured heavily once again, and some of our new recruits, Stag and Hardboiled, got on the kill sheet as well. We then had a chance to fully counter the previously mentioned dark event and I went for it, bringing along our new Tesla trooper nicknamed Logistical, who proved himself quite capable after we opened with a frost grenade. He's got a 100% chance to Tesla. Woohoo, that killed 2. Alas, the Warlock popped up and he instantly joined the battle, which definitely complicated things a lot more, especially once Stag whiffed the 100% shot on the Viper. First Chili got clipped, then Warlock went for a mind control on Logistical. While we managed to clear the field, the Warlock still had some HP remaining, and then he did this. He's teleporting Jack. Oh, that's a dick move. That was a dick move by the Chosen. What a way to go. RIP Logistical. Hardboiled then avenged him and assured he was the MVP. Back in the Avenger, I began building an infirmary since the enemies started becoming tougher. Then we triggered the next infiltrating squad. Our goal was to rescue a VIP, and we opened with an ambush where our new assault Elusi showed himself quite the warrior, securing kills and blowing up the environment so Eyepatch could secure kills. After an easy start, things got complicated once the reinforcements started dropping in. Oh wow, we are missing point blanks now, huh? Alright, we got... Ooh, scouts and floaters. And they're gonna spot Shogun. Oh, that's really bad. Buccaneer sent 1 flying, Peppa shot another, and then burned a 3rd one. And then Lucy blasted the Rocketeer, which meant only the floater remained, and Shogun made him panic. Now I need here, 70% chance to crit. Oh, what a nice crit. Well played, Lucy. One last set of reinforcements dropped down after that and we easily dispatched them, with Lucy securing the MVP award. Success gave us a new engineer, and soon after we finished the magnetic weapons research, which was a huge boost for the squad, and I built a mag rifle and a shotgun with the meager resources we had. Then I sent out another squad on an infiltration mission. Meanwhile, Shrimpella and Ghoul recruited our first Templar Kanak, and I started building resistance comms as we made contact with a new region. At that point, Advent Retaliation popped up and I sent a team to help them out. Flatline opened the score sheet with a beautiful Overwatch shot, then he did this. Oh, let's go, you just one-shot him. That's amazing, good shot, Flatline. The aliens even had the invisible units on their side, but with some patience we fought our way out to the real enemy we never saw coming. Oh, there's a Viper King! Oh damn! Please stop missing the 88% chance shots. Flatline set him on fire and the king retaliated by freezing him to the spot. We then used a combination of electricity and rockets to scare him away, which allowed Rocker Boy to secure the final enemy. Since the aliens kept on working on their avatar project, I then sent Hardboiled and Stag on a covert mission to thwart their progress. A mission with a minor chance of an ambush and a trivial chance of soldier being captured. The infirmary finished at this point and I locked Shrimpella inside for a week to remove her fear of missed shots. An assault mission to steal Advent supplies then popped up, and I went in with not the most experienced squad, expecting to escape with maybe 2 crates again. The enemies had shields that prevented the first hit of damage to, well, damage them, so that was annoying, but I managed to sneak into their compound unnoticed and took my chances. Oh, we could be so greedy. We could mark 4 crates and then get out. That would be insanely greedy. So we triggered 5 crates in a single turn, and to secure them, Kanak and Skinwalker, our 2 newbies, got their first kills. After that, the reinforcements started pouring in, so we just escaped with Kasab, leaving them a parting gift. Got lots of supplies. Oh wow, this is amazing. Really good loot. And then came the clusterfuck that was the mission number 15. I sent a strong squad down into the sewers to hack the enemy's data stream. Alas, after the opening salvo, Warlock spawned in and instantly triggered, so I had to take my chances. This might trigger the other group, which is gonna be bad. That's 16 damage in the Warlock. Oh yeah, that's triggered them. Blowing up that wall proved to be a terrible mistake because the Niven Guardian protected the Advent Lancer, who proceeded to cause issues. At the same time, reinforcements were being called in, and Deathops, who was supposed to be our tank, was stuck on the wrong side of the map. Mind scorching there. Double days? Thank you, Warlock. We were just unable to kill anything, and with more reinforcements coming in, we were suddenly facing 12 active enemies. It didn't help, our shots continued to miss the mark, so we had to start pulling back while Deathops pulled their aggro. Alas, we couldn't avoid everything. Where the fuck is this Lancer going? Up here?
This looks a little ugly.
Wow! What a dick move. We did manage to slowly chip away at their numbers, but at the same time, they were also hurting us. So we were lucky no one actually died. Shallows then finally took care of the Warlock, iPads started hitting things again, and Deathops continued to run into the face of the enemy. I could barely believe we were all alive after all that, and it was mostly thanks to Kassab's insane healing skills. Thankfully, the next one was easier, as my team infiltrated the enemy city center to rescue a scientist. Once again, we benefited from the low visibility sitrep, so we snuck past the few enemies on patrol using a Lucy shotgun as a peaceful way to resolve our problems, and once Chile guaranteed the final snake, we were safe to escape. The next mission was to rescue a couple new soldiers from an abandoned city, where we also encountered our first and last exiled rookies. It started easy enough, with us blasting apart the random zombies in our way, while Shallows saved Ozzy, but then this popped up. Okay, oh, Viper King!
Let's make sure to take it out this time.
Okay, I did not expect to see that. Named twice quickly exposed the king and alerted lost reinforcements, while Papa set him on fire. Alas, he just didn't burn. He's burning? He's burning! What? That's a dick move, bro! Twilight finished him after he refused to take fire damage for 3 reactions, and at that point, Lucy was unconscious and in need of a rescue. But as you can imagine, we had other problems. Oh, look at that! We have our Exalt units. It was a slog to clear the area after all that, but luckily zombies kept on soaking the Overwatch damage from the Exalt rookies, while we slowly worked our way through the snakes, and in the end, my 2 new recruits even helped a lot with cleaning up the lost, and Kassab rescued Lucy. Peppa was the MVP, and we were awarded with Ozzy, a shotgun-wielding rocketeer and one-man army, a SWAT infantry officer. I then sent Chile and Fallen Shogun on a covert op to recruit a new skirmisher with a minor chance of an ambush. Then a mission to counter the Wild Hunt Dark event popped up, and as is tradition, we open up with rockets. Hello, we have arrived.
We're in their sights.
Oh, that's bad though. I forgot about that. Shrimpella had her revenge and Kanak took care of the sergeant, but unfortunately the Chosen then decided to join in. We had to clear his spectral zombies while also suppressing the Advent forces trying to reach us. Foxy did a lot of heavy lifting while Ozzy completely exposed the Warlock to us. Oh, 13 damage? Well, he's gonna suffer greatly. Doc had the privilege of finishing him off, and like that, the mission was a success. Back at the Avenger, the covert op to reduce Avatar progress completed, a mission with a trivial chance of Soldier being captured. Oh, Rex Rockhart got kidnapped! Oh... Okay, so we're gonna have to get him out of there. Yeah, that was very unlucky, but there wasn't anything I could do at that point, so we went to fight the Lost Hordes again to rescue another soldier. Our marathon runner Stag really showed his movement skills as he basically ran solo into the enemy to save the downed soldier and the VIP, while the rest of the squad floundered in the deep forest with horrible sightlines. He deserved his MVP award after that, and our new soldier nicknamed Weapon turned out to be a Tesla trooper with a grenade launcher. At this point, I decided to spend big and started building Resin Dev, a combo between a lab and a workshop. Then we went into the old subways to destroy an alien relay, and we knew that the Exalt were about to show up. We found a new Requiem enemy, and Ozzy tried blowing it up. Doc and Kassab teamed up to send it back to outer space, while our new Tesla Trooper Weapon got on the score sheet as well. But I did have to leave Kassab exposed. Alright, Kassab. Good shit. Okay, he survived. That's all I can ask for. Doc took care of the nasty mech, but as the Exalt were supposed to spawn in, my game crashed. I tried fixing it, but the only way to complete the mission was to remove the MOCX mod and try to figure out what was the problem with my mod pack. After I destroyed the alien relay, which we accomplished without any additional wounds, I then re-enabled the Exalt mod in hopes it was a singular issue. The aliens kept on building new facilities to progress their Avatar project, while we went to deal with an Advent commander at the local fish market. I spent like 20 minutes sneaking around trying to find it, and when I finally did, they also found me. Please don't come here. Please don't come here. Please don't come here. Oh my god. Oh my god. You dicks! Luckily, it was allergic to fire, and it was also allergic to rush. Talk stabbed the abductor while Iron Lung froze the big boy, but then the chosen assassin showed up. We first had to do with some reinforcements, but then she joined the fray. Oh, she's coming in. Oh, she's going for rush straight up? Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. She also tried flatlining Flatline, and she spawned a couple of Advent boys, so we knew we had a fight ahead of us. Okay, he's going for a flying there. Oh, what a miss! Let's go. We had to make a couple of risky moves while she wreaked havoc on our backline. After Ghoul cleared the Advent boys, we slowly started chipping away at her health, but so did she. Alright, she's suppressed. We'll see what it does. Whew. That definitely removed the Overwatch, yeah. We had to use a lot more to finally get her on her knees, and it was Talk who grabbed the killing blow. Flatline was the MVP, and we returned home with some serious wounds, but our mission was a success. A couple of covert ops finished soon after, but then one with a minor chance of ambush, well, it didn't finish. Oh no!
We must recover.
Ambush! It was fucking minor, I think. It was Chili and Fallen Shogun, both with stealthy abilities, both picked specifically because of that for this mission. Alas, the Advent basically smelled where we were and instantly went for us. Fucker. How did you know that we're here, you shit? Well, at least he's dead.
X-ray neutralized.
But now we have active... Oh my god.
On an Advent position.
Oh, you hit him! Oh, we killed that guy, let's go! Oh my god, everybody's here now! You dildos! Oh, stun shot? No! That's a dick move! Wait, you just get to grenade us as well? What the fuck? There was no way Shogun could save the stunned Chili, so I tried to run. Chili was indeed kidnapped while the enemy hit every impossible shot possible, and they killed Shogun into full cover with a 23% shot. Thanks, XCOM. We did still get a skirmisher named Cyborg even though we failed the mission, so at least there was that. We then began building a radio relay in Indonesia, so we could easily reach the Avatar facility in Australia, and we started working on the Skulljack. The Chosen were getting bolder and a bunch of new dark events popped up. I then used all of my resources to increase the optimal size of my infiltration teams, so we wouldn't face penalties anymore, which was very useful as we got the chance to infiltrate the enemy prison and save Chili, so I sent a team to get him. But in the meanwhile, we got another mission with a sitrep telling me to expect feral chrysalids. I didn't think much of it until we blew up a mechtoid and I spotted them. Oh wait, these guys are active. Oh shit! Luckily for us, they were more than happy to fight the Advent as well, but the way the Chrissies work is they infect people with their poison, and every time a poisoned person dies, a cocoon spawns that then slowly breeds more of them. So even though we were facing some nasty new enemies and heavy turrets, the chrysalids were the stars of the show. It's impossible to tell what's going on there. I think somebody just died. That turret is dead, let's go. Well done, chrysalids. I was happy for them at the start, but then more and more came swarming in, and as I fought the aliens and the Requiem boys, they started going for civilians, spawning even more cocoons. In the end, I had to go really aggressive, otherwise the timer would have ran out and I'd failed the mission. There you go. Lucy doesn't fucking miss at least. Well, never mind. The total tally was 81 dead aliens, and Peppa was the MVP with 13 kills and 90 damage dealt. Thankfully, plated armor research finished after that, giving us a nice boost to health on our next mission. We went to the fish market again, but this time around the chosen hunter showed up for the first time, and Ozzy sent him flying. Kanak had a personal vendetta against him, so that was great, but the hunter decided to ignore him.
Bastard! You're shooting the wrong person, buddy. Woo! Weapons got 1 HP left.
Kanak did manage to finish him after, while Rocker Boy killed 2 of the reinforcements. I had to evac Weapon then so he wouldn't have bled out, while Rush had a slight incident.
He's on fire. Oh, where are you? Oh shit, he fell to the floor!
We only had 7 soldiers available at this point, but the assault missions kept on popping up, so we had to go in. We instantly spotted a Mechtoid, but since we had to blow up an enemy transmitter, I decided to sneak past the patrols and leave the Advent to fight the Lost on their own.
This is a lovely mess. Oh, okay, we have revealed apparently.
Once revealed, we had to start shooting, and we had to start blowing things up, and if that meant more Lost would show up, well then so be it. Ozzy was the most under fire, but he dished out the most pain as well, while Foxy kept the Advent suppressed, although she also did this.
Pistol the Howler. Oh, you missed a 99, Foxy?
It came down to the wire, but in the end we managed to plant the X4 just in time for the Mechtoid to arrive, but he didn't survive Peppa's rocket launcher. 45 enemies killed in the end, and Ozzy hit the MVP award with 20 kills and 133 damage dealt. Our barracks was looking really thin at this point, so I decided to trigger the infill mission to save Chili.
55% chance to crit. Or just straight up kill him. Oh, that was great. Thank you, Stag.
Warlock did try to stop us, but he couldn't stop Stag from absolutely destroying the Advent forces. He did mind control Flatline in revenge though, but once we fought through his beastly and shadowy allies, Skinwalker brought him low and Flatline finished the job with a grenade.
Welcome back, Chili buddy. It's good to have you here again.
Advent did send some reinforcements after us, but they stood no chance, and we got out with a ton of promotions and of course Chili. Resin Dev was completed at this point, so I started working on the Serpent suit in there. Then we went to counter the Midnight Raids Dark event. I knew there'd be sectoids running around amongst the Lost, and we opened routinely on them, taking care of a couple of in the process, but what we were not prepared for was this.
Oh, what?
No. Luckily, she went running after some Lost first, but she did bring in more abductors, and coupled up with the many Lost, there were plenty left standing by the time she returned.
No, don't come here. No. Oh my god, this is terrible.
She then proceeded to knock us around. First, she scared Chili away, then she wrecked Flatline after he set her on fire, and then she did this.
Kasabi's dead. Oh, this is so fucking horrible.
Our best medic was dead, and all because I wasn't worried about the vitals targeting Sitrep, which meant we take more damage from melee attacks. I mean, I did not expect to see the Queen yet, and I paid for it.
Oh my god, there's so many here. Oh, Lady Berserk Queen. Oh, she's escaping? Oh, thank you? I don't know why. She's doing it.
It was an easy cleanup after she ran. Alas, Kasab was gone. I then triggered my infill squad who were going after an enemy VIP, and Nuke opened up by blowing them up. Alas, it wasn't quite the smooth sailing that I expected after that.
Of course you're gonna miss a 95. Why wouldn't you miss a fucking 95? Let's take it again. And now he dodged. Are you kidding me?
Luckily, we did have advantageous terrain working in our favor, so Deathops could repay his debt. I sent him straight in, after another group showed up and Coco demonstrated why shotguns are OP.
So 100 here. 85% chance to crit. He's just dead. Yeah. Definitely suppression removed.
He continued to wreck the enemy, who were stupid enough to expose themselves, and it was an easy cleanup after that. We went to save the civvies from the Advent retaliation next, and I quickly realized the place was crawling with Requiem units. Twilight opened up on them, but once the resistance soldiers tried joining the fray, the Advent murdered them all in a single turn.
Oh, this guy's going with rockets on civilians. I don't think they stand a chance.
Ghoul and Eagle Eye teamed up to clear the mechs guarding the bridge further into compound, while Death Ops finished the Requiem Snake. It was tough for us to push through the choke point and save the rest of the civilians, but the Advent wasn't letting them go, and with only 4 left alive, I then had to go full on aggressive.
We need to go. Yeah, there's 4 civilians remaining, and there's 6 Advent left. Great. Awesome.
Luckily, Twilight was hitting all the right shots, while Death Ops and Cyborg went deep into the enemy territory to kill and soak the shots aimed at the civvies.
Sergeant moving and shooting at Death Ops, that's good, or marking? Thank you.
At that point, we just had to find the remaining enemies and made sure they would never hurt us again. I then decided it was past time we tackled the Advent Blacksite story mission. I expected it would be a tough one and I expected to see the Warlock, so I went in with a strong, explosive inclined squad. While Shallows scouted ahead, we blew up 2 enemy patrols from out of their line of sight, and iPatch sniped the rest.
These guys should have been prepared for a long range problem. Oh, we just killed the floater and the Sidewinder.
Warlock tried sending in his little minions, but we just abused the high ground to destroy everything ahead of us. Even the group that tried flanking us got cleared easily by Nuke, and we really only got into a proper fight once we broke inside the factory, and Warlock joined the fray.
Can we do 9 here? 7 to 10, 55 to crit. Coco, be the hero we need. That's the hero we needed! 13 damage, the Warlock's gone. Let's go. Shallows then stole the Blacksite Vial, and when the Advent sent reinforcements after us, we ambushed them with some well-placed Overwatch shots. It was a flawless mission. Everyone got a promotion and we reduced the Avatar progress by a point. Great success. The next 3 missions I somehow managed to record without any sound. First we went to rescue a VIP from an Advent prison, and since the enemy forces were low, we just ran away from the hunter to victory. Then we went to blow up an alien monument where my game bricked again due to Exalt spawn issues, but I managed to recover and steer my team to success past a truckload of Advent mechs. And finally we went into the tunnels to rescue another VIP, which we executed to perfection via high ground Overwatch shots. My barracks numbers were looking really low at this point, so I triggered one of my infill teams. It was supposed to be a routine infiltration, but I quickly spotted a couple of slight problems.
Steer clear of those berserkers. They can't do much from range, but they're lethal up close.
Oof, this is a rough fucking mission, man.
I started by dropping the armored berserker onto our heads, where Foxy froze him solid, so we could then clear the group with no added complications, but we knew the big mama was coming.
Alright, yeah, they're coming closer. Here we go.
I opened with a flashbang to keep her disoriented, then Foxy added her suppression.
This is good. 10 damage! Oh my god, Foxy, that's amazing. Okay. Stunned and unconscious. Fair.
Ozzy bravely blasted her point blank, and at that point she was ready to leave, and I was happy to let her go. The mutants did some damage to us, but once we got Elusi back on his feet, the road to victory was not too hard anymore. Barracks numbers were still low, but the assault missions kept on stacking, so I had to pull the trigger. After a great opener where Nuke's Sentinel skills, the Warlock spawned in, and everyone and everything started piling on top of us.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit!
Luckily, Nuke was able to freeze the armored berserker, Elusi obliterated the shield bearer, and Ozzy started blowing things up. Rush did manage to take another one down, but that still left 4 enemies on the field.
Panic removes, great.
I'm feeling so good here.
Their blood is spilled in faith.
Whoa, you can do multiple things?
They're repositioning your armor.
That doesn't seem to be appropriate.
At this point, Kanak was alive with 1 HP remaining, so once we took care of the frozen berserker, Rush rushed in to heal the poor Kanak, who then took his anger out on the snake.
Oh, let's go, he missed. He's going for my sniper, I guess. Yup. Wow! Thank you, boys. Appreciate that.
Thanks to Adwin Whiffs, it was then a simple job to finish the remains and send the Warlock back to his masters. 4 injuries meant our barracks readiness was even lower, but as soon as we got a couple of people back, we went to counter another Avatar breakthrough. We found ourselves stuck on the low ground with the objective and multiple patrols above us. We had no easy way to approach it, and Name Twice quickly paid for it.
Excuse me? Where's the fire? Where's my fire damage? Where's the fire damage? What? 0 to 2 damage? Oh my.
Nonetheless, it wasn't that hard to do with the initial 2 patrols, but we then had to very carefully approach the objective.
Oh, what a kill, Eagle Eye. Okay, actually hitting shit. Let's go.
At this point, we were flanked by the active Advent troops and by the incoming reinforcements, so we started blasting and burning them until we could blast and burn no more.
Okay, that's good damage on Berserker. Wait, how many? There's 6 troops that just came in, and there's more coming?
We used every possible skill available to us to kill and suppress the enemy, and luckily they were not the best or the smartest themselves.
She really needs to hit this. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
After that successful freeze, we were then more than capable to deal with the rest of the Advent forces, and that purple orb never spawned additional reinforcements. Named twice was the MVP, and as I was celebrating the victory, the Chosen struck and delayed all of my covert ops by a whole week. That meant one of the infiltrating teams would be stuck for a long time out there, but there was nothing I could do but to fight more aliens on an abandoned graveyard.
Claymore plus a rocket. It's gonna be some good damage, I think. Alright, let's show them how it's done. Okay, Heavy Lancer died, the rest survived, unfortunately.
Silver introduced herself to the team via a stalk kill, then I sent Kanak and Ozzy in there.
Ozzy just goes for a crit. Did you just do 20 damage? Holy shit, Ozzy. Yeah, I did see that, that was amazing.
More aliens joined the fray, with the Praetorians giving them shields and mutants getting treated by XCOM percentages. Ozzy hit another crazy crit, then we snuck past the final Praetorian patrol to destroy the objective. The biggest threat there was the armored Berserker, so Silver froze his ass, while Kanak played the bait for his lesser brother. After that, it was a simple matter of extra crits and it was another flawless mission completed. We now had Advent Praetorian Autopsy available to us, but of course we had nowhere near enough staff to complete it. We did finish Alien Encryption though, so Shadow Chamber became a possibility, alas we didn't have the supplies for it. I then triggered the infiltration to rescue Hardboiled from the Praetorian prison, which meant the enemy groups would be nasty.
Alright, this is gonna be rough. There's 5 of them. Oh, critical damage there on 2 of them. That's lovely.
Rocker Boy took care of their shield maiden, while our own shield bearer dazed their armored berserker. We didn't have a way to stun the big boy, so we just had to take it on the nose and hope that the disorientation and fire do the job.
I think we're seeing something. Oh, that's another huge group. Holy shit! Why are you in such big groups?
We managed to peck away at their numbers, hitting exactly the hits we had to hit, and crits we had to crit, but that still left a couple nasties alive.
Alright. What the fuck was that? Oh, Blind Rage! Oh boy. That's some thick boys that are coming in here. Holy shit. Well, at least we got 1 damage out.
We now had 7 enemies active, which was not the time to start making mistakes like I did. So I had to go very aggressive with Vanna Death and once again hope that disorientation does the job. Flatline was very close to death there, but somehow we survived. Alas, there were still a lot of HP and shields left to work through, and the enemy showed us they know how to flank as well. But Twilight had her revenge, and Vanna Death had his death wish when he missed the point blank. But Fox did not miss, and we finally broke Hardboiled out of the prison.
That is a lot of boys again. That's a lot of boys. Wow, okay.
You see that one?
Where's my Overwatches? Why is he the only one getting Overwatches?
Yeah, that was weird. I guess everyone took their shot at the Berserker and the game just ignored it. But after we dealt with the remaining troops, we were finally safe. While my covert operatives continued to hunt down the Chosen, I sent a strong team to sabotage the alien facility and reduce the Avatar project progress.
And this is how another Black Site massacre begins.
After dealing with the initial group, the chosen hunter spawned in, and I sent Shallows up ahead to scout him out. This is where I started using Shrimp's tracking shot to snipe the enemies far out of the sight, and she soon got the opportunity to start marking the hunter as well, while the rest of the team just hung back.
Alright, so we can do 12 to 14 damage? Hell yeah! Let's trigger it.
Hard target, minimal damage.
That's good.
At this point, the Advent took notice, but Foxy's Sentinel and stationary threat skills took good care of them. Hunter did try to scare us away, but he stood no chance.
I think we take the 85 here and believe that she can kill him. Hell yeah.
We did have to deal with double reinforcements after that, but again, the team was well prepared and ready to slay. Now at this point, I had enough of Exalt causing me issues, so I removed that mod and hoped it wouldn't ruin my campaign. But I felt like removing a threat like that kinda cheapened the run, so I replaced it by 3 bandit factions, and as I went on our next mission to gather survivors, the Marauders were already present. The mission went slow and steady, and for a while we saw absolutely nothing besides a couple of loss, but once we triggered big.
Okay, so he is rocketing us. Which, I don't know how is that even possible. Untouchable, I love that. Did take the fall damage, oh boy.
We took our revenge on those that came close to us, and the rest we left to play around with the Lost. But there were still a couple of active units we didn't really have a way to reach, and then things became much worse.
Oh my fucking god! Oh no! Oh, what? Oh, that's terrible news. That's terrible news.
I didn't expect to see the Archon King yet, as we haven't even finished the Queen yet. Alas, there he was. We also spotted our first Marauder squad, and somehow they triggered one of my rescue soldiers to add to the general chaos. But I couldn't focus on burn time or the Marauders, because the King of the Chaos was in my backline, and we were trading blows.
Nice. More shred. There is nothing left of this building. Oh, that's 8 more damage. Wow. Very nice, Buccaneer. Not so very nice, Buccaneer.
In the meantime, the battle raged on, and those who couldn't fight the king directly at least attempted to limit the damage dealt by the Advent, by the Lost, and by the Marauders.
Whoa! Okay, that's a shitty move, buddy. Ho ho ho! That wasn't even an active person. Still isn't!
Named twice, and Ozzy finally managed to rag the king enough that he decided to escape, but the battle was far from done. I sent Kanak in there as a bait so he could rescue Sansei Shinobu, and the rest slowly started working their way through the lost hordes to reach the exfil zone, in hopes of keeping Sans alive somehow. In the end, we killed 71 enemies, 6 of my soldiers got wounded, but we made it out of there alive and kicking. The next mission was supposed to be much easier, as I went in to rescue a resistant soldier. These types of missions are always but there's only loss there, so that makes them easy, but not this time around.
Oh, they are triggering. It's just zooming things. These turrets might just kill the loss for us. Wow. These things are scary. Oh! What? Did you kill the VIP? That is impossible mission to do. Amazing.
Yeah, those turrets just zapped my VIP on their first turn, so the mission was an instant failure. But I at least wanted to get the unconscious soldier out, so I used the squad sight and rockets to very slowly work my way through the tough turrets and escape. We failed to counter the Dark Event, but at least we got a new Tesla Trooper / Bit Pilot Dark Star for our trouble. I then finally had enough power to start building the Shadow Chamber, and we also got the Plasma Grenade upgrade. Then we went to neutralize an Advent General, and I learned there might be some Gath bandits present on the map. Naturally, I wanted to scout where the commander was before triggering, but that went down the drain real fast and we had to fight. That put the general on alert, plus the assassin joined the fray, so quickly chaos ensued.
Oh boy. Okay, so that's the Taipan. Are you guys gonna fight? Oh, I think they're gonna fight. Okay, that's actually good. The Geth might actually do something for us.
The poor Geth stood no chance against the angry Advent, but that opened the chance for Shrimp to clear the general, which allowed me to then play more defensively and allowed the Geth to have their revenge.
Should be fine there. Oh, the poor Geth are gonna get absolutely destroyed. Oh, you crit him! Let's go!
Shrimp started taking pot shots at the assassin, but after we missed pretty much every Overwatch shot ever, Hardboiled almost paid the ultimate price, but in the end we prevailed with no casualties. Elerium research completed at that point, which opened a bunch of new future research options, and I started working on plasma rifles. Then I triggered one of my infill teams to rescue a new Reaper named Monker. We got spotted real quick, and while Wolf and one-man army managed to score some kills, we still had an Ogre under the bridge, and Death Ops had to take one on the nose. Weapon then finished the big boy while we triggered the next two Chrysalid field teams. I thought I'd have to use Death Ops to face tank even more hits, but we just had enough damage to clear the field.
And just shoot. Oh, 5 damage. Oh, can we kill? Oh, we can kill. Oh, let's go. And he crit as well.
Hostile neutralized.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Warlock then sabotaged my troops and 5 soldiers got hit with the fear of the chosen negative trait, so I had to send them into the infirmary. Shadow Chamber also completed, so we now finally had the ability to see exactly who we'd face in the missions. So I triggered another infill team to save a scientist next, and we quickly got into an altercation with the local peacekeeping forces.
Hello, friends. Wanna come closer then? Oh yeah, nice shred.
We were now suddenly facing 7 enemies, which meant chances were we'd be taking fire real soon. But we had plenty of tools in our, well, toolboxes, and through a combination of crits, explosives, and even more explosives, I reduced them to one man standing. The brave trooper ran like the wind, alas, he did not run far. One shot then hacked the prison van so we could rescue our VIP, while the rest dealt with the big Mechtoid and the fat reinforcements. At this point, I had a lot of soldiers available, so I decided to send a couple of new covert ops. There was a mission to retrieve a lot of intel and supplies, but the risk of bandits ambushing us was extreme, so I felt like our new Reaper Monker was perfect for the job. Then I decided to launch an assault to steal enemy supplies, but as we made it closer to the supply crates, they decided to drop in double reinforcements.
This is the shot we've been waiting for.
And an Archon King as well. Yeah, no, fuck this. Fuck this mission in particular.
They dropped in 9 extra troops, doubling the amount of enemies on the map, and at that point I decided to say goodbye and escape with no shots fired but our lives intact. I then triggered one of my infill teams to rescue an engineer, and we instantly spotted this.
Oh, what the fuck is that thing?
That wayfinder seemed scary, so I decided to prioritize it with Shrimp's snipes. Then Ozzy EMP'd it with great success, and Silver finished the job, and just like that, the scary thing was gone. A couple more units joined the fray after that, but with Kanak's aggression and Ozzy's crits, we slowly chipped away at their numbers, until only the final group remained. Chili acted as our hidden eyes, Shrimpella broke out the VIP, and I blundered around like a silly Billy.
That's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do at all. Oh my god. Let's go Thunderclap then. Oh, what? You shot the wrong guy.
We dealt with the reinforcements, intentionally leaving the officer alive so Chili could jack it.
There she is, there's the Codex.
The poor Codex stood no chance against the point-blank shotty, and thusly we finally progressed our story a little bit. Chrysalid Retaliation popped up next, and with the help of the Chosen Hunter, they started running directly into our face, and since we missed half of our Overwatch shots, Buccaneer got hurt right away. We had a couple of new soldiers with us, with Bastion showing off his rocketeer skills, and Ninja, well, less so.
Oh, what a run! Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this!
Kanak was the one who rushed ahead and found the hidden Chosen and hunted it down so the rest of the team could absolutely destroy it.
And Kanak just gonna finish this boy. Let's go.
Since we did so well, our Resistance member decided to join the squad and we got our new rookie Dominator. Plasma rifle research was then also completed, and I brought 2 plus the upgraded bullpup to the next mission, which turned out to be a good idea.
Oh boy, oh boy. Archon King is here.
The good thing was we were not on a timer, so I decided to camp the high ground and abuse Overwatch shots.
Okay, we get something coming. The hashtag alien is here. Oh, good kill, Rush.
The hashtag Archon just died, but then we also had a Nightmare Chrissy join in with her allies. The new guns did some beautiful damage to the enemies, and soon the coast was clear. Hardboiled scouted the Big King next, and I decided setting it on fire was the smartest idea.
I just set them on fire. Yeah. Oh, 7 damage there. Good shit.
It also helped we were hitting every shot, and soon enough it ran for the hills. After he was gone, only 2 Advent boys remained, and we simply just blew them to pieces. With that, we delayed an important dark event. Then I was ready for a mission that had 4 advanced enemies only. I went in with a strong squad, and instantly we spotted something nasty.
Do we see anything? Oh my god, what the fuck is that tank? Why is there a gunship here?
It was a flying sectopod, but that also meant it was vulnerable to blue screen-like effects. Not that we had blue screen rounds, but it still died easily enough.
And then we null lens. And that should guarantee the kill. Without any problems, right? Gunship? More like what ship? Oh, it explodes as well. Woo! Big booms.
Koko then obliterated the Snake Man, while Eyepatch cleared the offensive robot. That meant only 1 enemy remained, which we softened with Overwatch shots and then finished with a point blank.
Alright, that was the easiest mission ever. Oh, feels good.
At this point, the ambush on Monker I was expecting actually triggered, and I had a chance to go in and rescue him with a proper team. There were 22 bandits present, and Monker was on the other side of the map, so I told him to hide in the corner while we started our long journey to link with him.
I think fuck it, let's roll is the way to go here. Oh, here we go. That killed 3. Amazing. Now they might get mad. Oh, that one's on fire as well. Oh, she got spotted, that's not cool.
There was nothing else to do but to start blasting, and while we took out 8 on our first turn, that still left 14 remaining, plus the assassin spawned in and the chaos began.
Alright, these guys gonna trigger on us now. How do you just get to shoot at me? On your turn.
Good thing their guns were weak because they just beeline for us and everybody started shooting. We took out 6 more on that turn and the rest started trickling in. But they stood no chance against my A team, and soon only Assassin and her allies remained, and I was feeling good. But then this happened.
I'm going.
Oh! Did you just spawn in? What the hell is going on? That's just 2 groups just popped up over there.
That complicated things a lot, but I decided to focus on the Chosen and Rocker Boy sent her to hell. Alas, that left me quite exposed with 7 bandits aiming at us, and we started taking damage, but luckily it was Stag with the Praetorian nanogel armor up front to soak up the hits. It took us a couple of turns to work through their HP, and Stag certainly paid for it, but then we were finally done with them and ready to hack the device.
Excuse me? Okay, that's bullshit. You can't do this to me. What the fuck? They just spawned on us again. Holy fuck.
Here I come.
Oh, 2 squads.
A ello voy.
Look at this.
Yeah, that was 8 more in there, and at this point we were out of medkits, and with the hack data we had to run back to the exit. Oh, and by the way, they had reinforcements coming in as well. It was a slog of a retreat through the ruined tunnels, trying to keep Shadows out of their sight as 1 hit could mean her death. But while she survived, we couldn't avoid everything they were throwing at us.
Oh my god, Monker's gonna die now.
Fucking hell. RIP Monker, you've been with us for 1 whole mission, and what a mission it was. There was supposed to be 17 enemies here, but in the end, we killed 42 of the bastards before we finally made it out, with lots of injuries, but at least we got the 180 supplies and 80 intel. Next we went back into the tunnels to rescue a Resistance VIP, and while we knew to expect some nasty enemies, our opener went very smoothly, and soon we took out the first 2 patrols while the last went for the enemy gunship. Reinforcements almost complicated things a little bit, but it was nothing we couldn't handle until this.
Where are these lost that we were shooting at? Where? There's some invisible lost in this map. That's amazing. There are 10 lost apparently. That did complicate things a little bit, but they were more of a problem for the Advent than for us. And then finally the gunship triggered. Oh, it's coming this way. Oh, what? What was this type of movement? What is this?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Are we shooting it? Okay, we're shooting it. We shredded it. Let's go. Everybody's shooting it. I have no idea how much damage are we doing. It turned out we hurt it real bad, so all I had to do was get my people out of the explosion radius, and then one-man army took care of it. We still had a bunch of loss to deal with after that, plus the multiple Advent reinforcements, but Buccaneer put her cannon to good use to keep us all alive, while Fox snagged the MVP with 17 kills. We then went to counter enemy equipment upgrades, and since we knew many robotic enemies were waiting for us, we brought our very own mech Viren with us, our first Spark unit. Right away we spotted the big gunship, and in turn, it spotted us. Oh wow! They just straight up detected us. Oh, that's really annoying. Viren got his first kill, while Named Twice made sure the ship could hurt us no more. Shrimpella finished it after because we had to focus on the next group, which went smoothly until we missed a 95%er and then things started spiraling. Are you just shooting at us? Excuse me? How are you allowed to just shoot at us as you spawn in? Oh, this guy as well. Alright, it's just like that, huh? They just spawn and just kill us, easily as that. You were not active before this. R.I.P. Viren, you did not last long. We were 5 on 5 after that, and while we managed to kill a couple, they were also hitting all of their impossible shots as well. We plowed through the rest of the map, but let's be real, this mission left me slightly annoyed. We then learned more about the vial we stole from the black side. Turns out the aliens were turning people into burger sauce. Anyway, that opened up another future revenge mission, but first I needed to counter an Avatar breakthrough dark event on a mission I've been avoiding for a bit, because it had the show of force sitrep, which meant there'd be about 1 million Advent present. But I had to give it a try, so we went in, sneaking up on the highway past all the thick alien patrols until we had the objective in sight. Alright, Ozzy. It's time for the big booms, buddy. You'll love to see it. Now, can we survive this? While the team fought, Konak placed the X4, thusly completing our primary objective, but then the assassin dropped in, plus the Advent had reinforcements incoming. What the fuck is this? Oh god! Jesus Christ! At the same time, Ozzy was knocked unconscious, and with 19 meaty enemies present on the map, there was only one way to go. He's gonna have to run the overwatches, that's just how it is. He can dash into full cover. It's pretty good.
This is not the type of
Let's see. Oh, okay. He just full on double lightning reflexes. How is that possible? We only killed 4 out of the 22 enemies, but with the explosives placed, we still countered the dark event, and everyone made it out alive. We then went to rescue a new Templar, on a mission that supposedly only had 7 enemies present, but one of them was a monster I've been fearing to see for a while now. I don't like this thing. I don't like this thing at all. I hate this thing. I hate this thing. Iron Lung was now in prison, and if you didn't kill the Hinter, he'd suck his health and heal itself for a bajillion HP, so it had to go down on that turn. Let's go slug shot. 93. Come on, Requiem rounds. Did we crit? What did you do? 17 damage! Let's fucking go! Skinwalker finished it with Soulfire to cheers from everyone present, while Sans Ishinobu froze the mech on the roof so Cyber could finish it off. Those two also teamed up to destroy the second group that tried to sneak upon us from behind. I knew the final group was guarding the exfil zone, so Bastion blew them up. Then we punished them severely so Everest could officially join us as our new Templar. At this point, the aliens did the bad thing and triggered their Avatar project. We had 2 weeks to counter it, so I had to quickly send a team to blow up one of their facilities. We spotted our first Andromedon there, and I just had to blow it up. Alright, it's time for the big booms to begin. And it's time we kill some aliens. Okay, Sergeant just died. Let's go. Now get me some more watch from Sans. Okay, nice crit, buddy. The Viper's on fire. And he crit the Andromedan as well. Let's go.
We didn't have the blue screens for it yet, but clearly we didn't need it, as we proceeded to obliterate everything that Advent threw at us, and just like that, the crisis was averted, and the Avatar project was set back. I then sent 3 of my stealthiest soldiers to locate the Chosen Warlock's stronghold, with a major chance of an ambush happening. But that ambush was a worry for another time, as I learned about sectoid abductions going on nearby, and we had to save the people. I came prepared with multiple blades for the sectoids and big booms for the Chosen Warlock.
Come closer, friends. As the spirit. Wish we hit something though. Good job, Eagle Eye.
We did really well clearing out all of the enemies, with Twilight hitting some really good shots and Eagle Eye hitting the important overwatches. But then the Warlock decided to complicate things.
Mind Scorch. Does the shield protect us? Ugh. It does not.
While we managed to destroy his spidery friends, he then mind-controlled Ozzy, the guy who had the big boons for him. So I had to get creative and very aggressive to get him in the end.
Go here. Burning and bleeding. He's got 3 HP. Sir, you are the one that's gonna suffer. Goodbye.
Our next infill op triggered then, and it took a long time to position in a way that wouldn't trigger the whole map. After an explosive opener, we then proceeded to miss all the shots we just had to hit, so things got slightly complicated when the enemy Andromedan ran to get some help. Silver somehow managed to miss 3 insanity rolls in as many turns, but she did absolutely destroy the Andromedan shell. Then the rest of the map triggered.
Okay, we're missing shit. Jake the Snake isn't missing shit. Ah, now we get all of them, huh? That could be potentially very nasty.
I rolled the dice with the Requiem Snake not grenading us, but that's exactly what it did. So things got slightly complicated again, but Weapon and Silver secured a couple of kills, and luckily the Advent proceeded to miss us. I sent Coco in there to destroy the Andromedan, knowing full well we did not have the follow-up to kill its shell.
Okay. You get 1 Overwatch, which we missed, of course. Coco's got the shield, and he's gonna get hit. Yeah. Fair.
It was an easy kill after that, and I made sure Talk healed everyone she could before we exfilled. Our success then triggered a follow-up assault mission to grab enemy resources, and I went for it. The supply rate couldn't have come at better time, as we were very low on resources, and with the new tax coming in, there were a lot of weapons I wanted to buy. We opened up with explosives and then followed that up with even more explosives, so Cyborg and Ghoul could fry those left standing.
Let's do Void Shock and see if that works. Oh yeah, good kill there, Ghoul.
We caught the second group in an Overwatch trap, and those that survived had a slight problem surviving again.
Scout for a kill. Nice crit, you'll love to see it. Oh, that's good.
That left just a couple of Niven alive, and I took my revenge on those pesky buggers for the trouble they gave me like 40 missions ago. We got a ton of supplies, alloys, and Elerium out of this raid. Plus, we finally got an Archon Corpse for the Autopsy to eventually unlock Plasma Sniper Rifles. But first, we had to go save a couple of survivors from a city overrun by the Lost. As is tradition, these types of missions always turn into absolute chaos, but this time around, Silver wasn't missing her insanity rolls, and Everest, our new Templar, got on the score sheet as well. The Chosen Hunter also showed up, so I played defensively around Talk Smoke Cloud, taking out only those Lost I had to, and focusing primarily on the Advent troops.
I like the idea of trying more and more insanities. Trying to make everybody insane. Okay, he's panicked as well, let's go.
Rush camped the high ground because I knew they had at least one heavy mech, but we now finally had blue screen rounds.
Yeah, you just fire that mech with your blue screens. Good damn.
Talk finished the mech, which only left a shield bearer on the Advent side, and he hit a 5% chance to crit on Coco, and then he did this.
Alright, if he moves... Oh, he set himself on fire. Love it. Oh, that's my VIP! Oh shit, you dick! Is she fine? She took 2 HP damage. Oh my god. That's annoying.
With the hunter now active right next to my fallen VIP, I had to go in strong, and after a couple of precise rockets and big crits, we managed to take it out.
Okay, Ghoul's got a 95 to kill. Let's do it. Let's fucking go. You'll love to see it.
After that, we just had to deal with the remaining lost, and we got away with 2 new soldiers, SWAT infantry walking tank and attack expert the saboteur. We then had a, at least on paper, simple mission ahead of us, with only 7 enemies present. It indeed started easily enough, with Shrimpella killing their Spark and Vanadath getting shot at in close combat.
Well, we'll show you how close combat is done. That's how it's done.
The hunter popped up again, and we had to fight through a couple of Advent units to get into his face. After everyone hit the shots they had to hit, Peppa took it out with a stock as the final insult. Storm Gun research unlocked next, and I sent another team on an infill op. And then a mission to counter an important dark event popped up, and since we had advantageous terrain sit-trap, I just had to go for it. We had to kill an Advent general, who appeared to be a beefy boy, but then I spotted an even beefier boy.
Oh, what the fuck is that? That is a big boy. Holy shit.
If that wasn't enough, there was an even beefier than the beefier boy present.
Great. Amazing. Truly awesome. What the fuck is this mission? Holy As if things weren't looking scary enough, I then accidentally revealed as well, but luckily only the general and his buddy could see us. I had to stasis him just to get everyone in cover, because the Titan also spotted us next. Shrimpella and Stack combined to kill the Big Mac, so at least the main objective was completed, but we were already hurting, and if we didn't have advantageous terrain there, we'd all be dead. But instead, I managed to run away from the Titan, which naturally triggered another group. We hit a couple of overwatches, and of course they hit their 30% chance shots, because this was XCOM, and then we faced the Titan proper. We open up with suppressing fire, I think. Get that shred. We get the suppression going. What was that? Is that panic? She's still dead. Dealt 4 more damage even though she's panicked. And she got the 10. Oh, let's go. That's good. That's very good.
Since we hurt it enough in one turn, it was now almost immune to any damage by psionics, but that's why we had Name Twice on our team.
Destroy it. Destroy it, buddy. Hell yeah. Oh, that feels so much better.
I was celebrating too soon because the Spark Ruler chose that exact moment to join the fray. Shrimp did hurt it with blue screens, but it hurt us back.
It's gonna shoot us, right? Yeah. Thought so.
Disorientation on 4 people? What the fuck?
Oh man, that's rough. Oh, and it destroyed all of our cover.
Luckily, it was capable of missing a shot or 2 as well, and we kept on hurting it. Alas, Foxy then just had to be the hero.
79. Chance to shred. Let's take it. Oh, yes. Yes, very nice, Foxy. Ooh. Oh, fucking hell. 53% chance as well. And she's going berserk. She did shoot it again. Fucking hell, man, that's rough.
At least Shallows managed to clear all the support in Advent from the shadows, while Name Twice showed them we too can hit a couple of low-level shots, and then it finally ran. It was an easy cleanup after that, but 3 people were wounded and we lost Foxy, who had an amazing Cannon plus Sentinel build. Alas, she was gone. Shallows was the MVP with 4 kills, which shows just how important a unit in the shadows can be, and now we knew there was yet another ruler out there in the wild. To add insult to injury, our team aiming to discover the Warlock stronghold got ambushed next, but I felt we were ready with 3 of our stealthiest soldiers. Alas, the Advent had a good nose, and instantly, as they spawned in, a sectoid ran straight for Chili. Luckily, we had the option to reconceal, and I tried sneaking around the side. Alas, that didn't last for long, and soon only hard-boiled remained in concealment. The enemies were everywhere, and the exit was guarded by multiple mutants, and we had no luck.
Can you kill the hunter? Oh, let's go, Joke! Oh, that's huge! That is not so good. But we did shoot him.
Joke and Chili managed to kill another mutant, while Hardboiled threaded a needle into the final room, but then we started hurting.
Ooh, grenade's not perfect. Grenade is far from perfect.
Joke was the first to fall, while Chili managed to stay alive for another turn. Hardboiled at least made it out, while Chili tried his luck.
And we hope. That's all we can do. They do have grenades still, though. Okay, Chili, pray. Hopes and prayers for Chili! And he's dead. Ah, I hate ambushes, man.
Rest in pieces, Chili and Joke, but at least we uncovered Warlock's stronghold, and I promise that the next time I'm sending the strongest units in there and I'm killing anyone trying to ambush us instead of sneaking past them. Our next infill team then got lucky with the location scout bonus sitrap, which meant we could see every unit present on the map for good or ill.
Praetorian Sectopod, where are you hiding, buddy? How the hell did you get in there? That's a lot of HP and armor. Holy balls on the chopstick.
We dropped the robots from the roof first, but they got instant reinforcements.
Let's see what it can do.
Why? Are you coming in here? Oh boy. Oh boy. We got the big boy engaging.
Seems our enemies are not slain so easily. As you wish.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, we're getting some more Overwatch shots, that's good.
Yeah, things got complicated real fast, especially since we weren't quite hitting all the shots we had to hit. While I made sure the Sectopod was frozen, it still got 2 shots off.
Oh, Lucy. Oh no, he's going for Rocker Boy again? Jesus fucking Christ.
Rocker Boy was down for the count and had no way to get him back up again, but I had just enough tools to deal with the Sectopod, although I forgot about the tiny detail of him exploding on death.
6 HP remaining. You got 5 to 7? Really? Come on. Let's kill this monster. Oh, beautiful. Sorry, Lucy. 5 damage, not so bad. You'll survive that. Whew.
We hid into the smoke away from the remaining berserkers, while Flatline stabilized Rocker Boy, preventing us losing a soldier for a 3rd mission in a row. The rest of the map then triggered, but we managed to kill a couple and hide in full cover from the rest.
Purifier reinforcements? Oh damn.
I unleashed Lucy to crit everything he could possibly crit, while Buccaneer proceeded to shred everything as well, so not even the many reinforcements could stop us, even though they tried once again to catch us before we exfilled. In the end, we killed 18 enemies on a mission that was supposed to only have 11 present, but I was just happy we all survived. We then triggered a quick infill op that only had 6 enemies detected, and for once, it didn't lie. Well, the assassin showed up after we destroyed the first pod, but that was just details.
Okay.
Behind you.
Blew us all up. Really nice.
Her friend stood little chance against us, and well, so did she after Ozzy got into her face with a shotgun. Jake the Snake then hacked the advent chest, permanently increasing his hacking stat. I had another infill in the play after that, and this one had the low visibility sitrap again. Our objective was to get out our 7th engineer, who we needed to begin the Praetorian research. While we only had walking tank concealed, the advent just couldn't spot us, and even the chosen hunter remained oblivious until we made it right to the exfil zone.
Alright. Let's blow them up, boys. I think a lot of stuff has just died. A lot of stuff has just died. One dude survived only. Nice.
The saboteur finished him off with a combat protocol, and then we quickly escaped, leaving most of the enemy troops alive. With the 7th engineer acquired, and I only needed 2 more scientists, but those were still some time away. As promised, I then sent 3 absolute beasts to hunt down the next chosen, and if they got ambushed, they'd be more than ready to deal with anyone. In the meantime, another horde mission triggered, which meant we only had to deal with the lost, so that meant I could send a couple lower ranked soldiers and try out some new skills.
73 though. I gotta try it. I'm sorry. That looked like it missed. Unfortunately.
Ninja did hit her 2nd fire whip, and the rest was easy money. Jungleman, our new medic, joined us, which put us over the crew capacity, so I then had to spend 200 supplies to increase our cap to 70 soldiers. Powered armor research then completed at last, and as we went to counter a particularly nasty dark event, I was able to outfit the whole team with it. We had to blow up an enemy transmitter, and on our way there we quickly spotted our first enemies.
Okay, they're coming closer. Oh, they are actually coming super close, huh? Alright, we're triggering. We are triggering shit.
I'm still holding.
Okay. Yeah, we just killed the boy.
That triggered half of the map and suddenly we had 8 enemies active, but at least the big boy was dead. Or so I thought, because Shallow soon spotted a bigger boy who thankfully wasn't active yet. After a couple of big booms and big stabs and big shots, only 3 enemies remained, but then the disc triggered, plus we had reinforcements incoming, so it was time to roll.
So we'll do this. It's probably gonna shoot back at me, which is fine. Yeah. And he missed. Oh! Free Blade Storm! I did not expect that.
I pulled back my troops while at the same time announcing our presence to the mighty discus.
Our watch. Alright. What do we get here? Oh, that's some big boy mechs and an armored berserker? Let's go. Alright, the Rocketeer died. That's good. Please don't shoot the armored berserker. We have shot the armored berserker. Right? Wow, we have shot him a lot actually.
Cyberdisk and co were nice enough to give us yet another turn to clear out their reinforcements, and once Ozzy poked them, they finally joined the fray.
Alright, this thing is... Oh! Blade Storm! Thank you! Oh, that's lovely, Cyberdisk. Okay, that is not so lovely. Alright, didn't do shit.
We then had more than enough damage to finish it off, and Eagle Eye was the one to win the day. We then triggered one of our infill teams to capture a VIP, and since this team didn't have the powered armor yet, I got scared.
Oh. Or that thing can just spawn units. Oh, a mirror as well. Oh, fuck.
I knew we only had one clean chance to kill that mirror, and I had to take it.
This has to land. Come on. Freeze the motherfucker. Yes!
Want to shoot at each other?
Let's go.
Named Twice also managed to get his first mind control of the campaign to even the playing field a bit, and the rest put all of their damage into the supporting troops, while the frozen mirror just watched in horror. We absolutely tore it apart on the next turn, but the chosen assassin popping in complicated things a tad. The big ball then joined the fray as well, but it was the Codex taking out everyone's weapons who was the most annoying. Well, not quite the most.
How are you in here as well? Assassin? This is not appropriate timing at all.
So yeah, the whole map was now active, which turned out to be quite the puzzle to unravel, and it didn't help that the assassin kept on stunning my troops. I made the golf ball my main priority, especially after he took down our friendly Advent boy.
Alright, this is a huge shot. Come on. Oh, she crit! Let's fucking go! Oh, that was so huge.
There was no way to deal with the assassin who kept on being an annoyance and spawning in even more troops for me to deal with, and after a couple more turns and yet another harbor wave, we finally got her down.
Oh yeah. Let's get her. Named twice. So good they named him twice. Look at that damage. Holy balls in the chopstick.
We only had to deal with a couple more reinforcements after that, while the little nightmares kept on running away from me, so I just let them go. And then we went to steal supplies from our enemies, and as is tradition on these kinds of missions, we had Shallow sneak in and tag 2 crates, while the rest set out on overwatch. We killed a couple enemies that triggered, but then they called in reinforcements and it was time to run. We still got a nice amount of supplies, alloys and Illyria, which allowed me to buy more armor for the next infill team that went to rescue a new skirmisher. I then triggered my final infill team that didn't have the new armor yet, and as we triggered the first group, it seemed like we wouldn't miss it. Alas, as we snuck to the objective, which Wolf successfully hacked, the reinforcements dropped in and then this happened.
Oh no 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 no. No! Oh no! Yeah, 9 active. Everything activated on one fucking turn. Yeah, why not?
Unfortunately, our shots didn't go quite as you'd hope, so I had to improvise, but at least Wolf was able to keep the Big Mac hostage for a bit, even though he hurt for it. We then got lucky with a shutdown on one of the Macs, and Silver got even luckier. Oh, is that a mind control? Is that a mind control? Oh, thank you. That shield bearer paid for it real fast after I sent in Everest to steer things up a bit. Okay, that's the parry. Not very good. Everest might be really hurt right now. Good dodge, buddy. Oh, that was it? He kept tanking the shots while we slowly chipped away at the big boy, but we couldn't avoid everything. Oh, he's dead. Wolf is just dead. Fuck. Fucking hell, man. Rest in pieces, Wolf. You just started your career as a hacker, but you ran into a beast you just couldn't control. Silver's thunderclap finally made it run, but even though we had other enemies still in the field, I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
I have to take this shot. I have to take this chance to kill the spark. Come on. Come on! Be the hero! Be the hero we needed! Let's fucking go. The spark ruler is dead. Whew! The big bastard killed 2 of my soldiers in total, but in the end, we were victorious, and we received CTD rounds as a reward for it. We then went to steal more stuff from the Advent, and I sent in a group with 4 lower level soldiers. It took us a while to find the enemy, and do that introduced herself with a big boom. Alpha, our new sniper, then took care of one of the mechs while the saboteur finished the other one. Once the second pod triggered, I decided to abuse the fact we had plenty of hackers on the team. 78, come on. I believe in you. Hell yeah! That was easy. The hunter came to play then, and Flatline set him on fire for fun. He called in a Big Mac friend who didn't last long, and neither did the Chosen. 75 to just kill. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, dude-daddy. That one, well, that only left 3 enemies on the map, and Dudat once again shown that she can just shred everything, and DeathOps secured her first flawless mission in a while. We got a ton of resources out of that raid, and since Archon Autopsy then completed, I could finally begin working on the Plasma Lance research. The strong squad I sent previously out to locate the Chosen stronghold then returned without being ambushed, so clearly the aliens were afraid of us now. I sent them back out there again to find another stronghold, then the month ticked over, and as is tradition, the Chosen got stronger. Warlock was planning to assault my ship, so I knew I had to be ready. And since Plasma Lance research then finally completed, I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to go rescue a couple more soldiers. I knew we'd have to deal with the Lost, I knew there'd be Geth Raiders present, and I knew there was a scary enemy out there, but I still went for it, and shenanigans instantly ensued.
Oh,
what? That just revealed us? That's amazing. That's really amazing. Thank you, Geth.
Yori was now active and stuck on the other side of the map, with Geth Raiders right in her face, but there wasn't much I could do with her besides run and hide, while the team blew stuff up.
That's gonna call in more Lost, hopefully. There's a Mechapede?
What the fuck is that? Oh boy.
That should hopefully kill both? Yeah. That did kill both, let's go.
The Mechapede and co triggered after that, and while we got some decent Overwatch shots, they were dishing it back as well, and I spotted a sneak peek at the long-lost Berserker Queen as well. Yori was also being hunted on the other side by the Geth, and she could have maybe even made it out were it not for the Lost blocking her only way out. Alas, with the poison, with the corrosion, and with our mecha friend right in our face, we had bigger problems to deal with, and while we managed to take down the Big Mac, this happened next.
Oh, come on. Fall damage as well?
Unfortunately, Yori didn't make it, and pretty much everyone on my team was hurting, but we still had 18 enemies out there, one of which was the Big Mama Circer. Luckily, she was busy playing with the Lost while we slowly chipped away at her health.
I think we have to take this opportunity to get rid of the Queen and never see her again. And Connacht's gonna be the hero we need. Oh no, the grappler. Hell yeah. Even crit her for 10.
But Geth were still out there, and so were 2 Andromedons and a bunch of mutants. And while Twilight secured the first Andromedon, the Geth then did this.
I don't feel so
No! Come on. That is so stupid.
Clearly, they loved shooting my VIPs, and since Tiny Marble wasn't actually active, I had to send Kanak into the belly of the beast to try and save her. It was a grind after that, but even though literally everyone was hurt, we eventually made it out alive with Berserker Queen Autopsy now available and Tiny Marble as our new support grenadier. My next cohort team infiltrated the enemy city to the max, which meant we got lucky with bonus-friendly advent units. Our goal was to rescue a new skirmisher, and as soon as I lit up the first enemy pod and the friendly reinforcements dropped in, chaos ensued.
Okay, so these units that just came in activated the whole map, but there's now just fighting us. That's amazing. Let's just hope they actually can do something.
With 7 enemies active, there were plenty of targets to go around, but I put all of our damage into the big sectopod and used smoke to cover our tracks while hoping the resistance can draw the wrath of the Advent.
Trooper gets high ground, also goes for Lancer? Yes, good job, Lancer! You're a beautiful mimic beacon. He can finish this, right? There you go.
The rebellious soldiers were hitting some crazy shots, which made our job that much easier. So in the end, we just had to deal with some additional reinforcements, and Rush sealed that deal, which got us our new skirmisher, Tiberian. An Advent retaliation popped up next, led by the Assassin. She was coming in with a very strong force, and things got messy real fast.
Watch the resistance shoot them now, and then they will shoot us in return. That's gonna be great. Or, you know, the resistance can just die. Oh, there's the Andromedan.
While Silver managed to panic the snake, the rest managed to miss pretty much every other shot while the enemy was hitting all of their shots, and the resistance was suffering greatly. We did succeed at clearing the Advent around our entry zone on the next turn, but the resistance kept on shooting at Requiem units, getting shot back in the process. At this point, we saved 0 civis while they killed 8, so things were going great, but at least Silver was one shiny beacon in this darkness.
Go Silver. Make it go crazy. Make it ours. I think we're making it ours.
Mind controlled! Let's go, Silver! That's amazing! We kept on pushing back, kept on throwing our bodies against the enemy forces, but they simply ignored us and proceeded to slaughter civilians. And I knew we're not saving them on that day, but at least we had a chance to take out the assassin.
So we basically have a 30% chance to kill her. That is not really a good chance, but it's the only chance we got right now, so... He crit! Holy shit! 2 crits in a row! Sons, you just became a legend.
Yeah, we failed our mission. A bunch of my soldiers got injured, Silver was even knocked unconscious, but after a long and bloody battle, Nuke finally sealed the deal.
69? Nuke's not gonna miss a 69. I knew it. You knew it. Everybody knew it.
My failure meant we lost contact with Western Europe. We lost the radio relay I built there, and we lost the continental bonus from it, but I was not ready to give up. We went to hack an Advent train next, then I had a cool idea to sneak past everything on the side and got straight for the objective, but somebody built a lamppost in the middle of my path, so I had to abandon that plan and start shooting things up.
Let's open up here. 50% chance to crit. And let's see what happens. Did not crit. Rolled the lowest damage possible, I think. So there is that.
Kanak cleaned up those guys, then we ran into a sneaky Andromedan, which didn't survive for long, and once again, Kanak cleaned up the rest. Things were looking well, but then our Psy Zombie triggered this.
Is this gonna trigger something?
This is the shot we've been waiting for.
Oh! Oh boy! That's why there are 3 Archons here.
Ozzy blew up the whole group, and since the king was already on such low HP, I sent Alpha to be the hero.
Are you the hero? We were always waiting for Alpha. Are you the Alpha? Yes, he is! Let's go!
The last known alien ruler was finally dead. Tic Tac and once again Kanak combined to slay the remaining Archons, while the Saboteur went to hack the objective. My strong cohort ops then located the Hunter's stronghold. Again, we dialed on ambush firing, but then Elusi and Stag, who went to delay Warlock's assault on the Avenger, did get ambushed, and it was time for some payback.
Let's pop this guy. 100% chance to crit. That's how it's done.
We went slow and steady, relying on Overwatch shots and point-blank crits, and soon the corridor became a graveyard for the Advent.
Oh, yet another one coming. Let's go. Where's my Overwatches? Right there.
And if this supreme show of force doesn't convince you to subscribe to my channel, I don't think anything will. But thank you for watching this long.
My friend Codex, you will not survive this. You will not survive this.
The ambush was a complete success. For us, the Warlock's plans have been delayed and I had my revenge. But the Advent clearly took notice because on our next infill mission they all gathered around the prison transport and did not budge. So there was nothing else to do but to trigger the whole map at once.
Do that? Let's see what happens if we go big booms here. Nobody died, but that's a lot of shred at least.
One of the snakes went crazy. Our snake shut down the Big Mac and Shallows showed herself to be the predator we always knew her to be.
Wow, it's amazing crit damage. 88% chance to kill the Vanguard. I have to take it. Come on. Show me. Yes. Good job.
Our new Marauder Grim got on the score sheet as well, and he managed to stun one of the big sectoids, which meant that out of the 9 units we triggered, only 1 remained active for the turn.
Alright, the commander is moving and...
Before it causes too much trouble.
What was that? What did he do? Okay, so it's mass zombies. Fair.
Shadows quickly took care of the commander, and with that, his zombies as well, while the rest of the team dealt with the remaining Advent. Warlock did try to complicate things a bit, but not even his mind-bending abilities could protect him from MVP Shallows.
This could be like a bajillion damage if it crits. 26 damage. It just killed him. That's amazing.
With the mission's success, we finally had our 7th scientist, which meant we could now start working on the Advent Praetorian autopsy research. Then the aliens tried to end the world again, but with the month ticking over, we automatically reduced the Avatar project via one of our cards. I then sent a strong team to steal enemy material again, and Shallows played the crucial role of tagging the Advent crates, while everyone else hid from the nasty enemies.
Shallows is gonna play a very dangerous game over here, and she's gonna reveal in the face of these guys.
She managed to tag 2 crates, while in the process, she got tagged badly herself, but I was still feeling brave.
Now the question is, do I risk revealing here again? Oh, no I don't! Nope, there's the gatekeeper. I guess we are not gonna be risking this.
Since the Mechapede was closing in on my team at that point, I sent them all home, leaving only Jungle Man behind in concealment so he could heal Shallows on their next exfil. I had to dance around the enemy troops with both of them, but then they finally managed to escape. Our next infill mission introduced a couple of new soldiers. Tiny Marble returned from her injuries and opened up with a frost bomb. Then she smoked the whole team and then went big booms.
Hopefully that destroys both of the turrets. If it does, that would be amazing. Let's see. Come on, Tiny Marble. Show us that you're a big marble. Yes, both of them destroyed. Let's go.
Tiberian, our new skirmisher, got on the score sheet as well, and so did Ausgetogen, our new weird sniper. We then had to deal with a couple of snakes, and the chosen assassin decided to complicate things by summoning more units on the field. But she then made a terrible mistake and hid in plain sight, and since she was vulnerable to skirmishers, Tiberian took care of her with ease.
Assassin, you made a slight mistake here.
Now at this point, Advent jumped up to force level 20, which meant they'd be rolling out their strongest units soon, and on our next mission we got to see one of them. It started easily enough, as we caught our first group in an Overwatch trap and they got absolutely obliterated. It went the same with the second pod and then the third, but all the while I could hear heavy stomps in the distance.
The good thing is, that thing did not spot us. Yet. The bad thing is that it actually exists, because look at this insanity.
I knew that thing could obliterate us all if we let it, so we began by blowing it up. Skinwalker shredded even more, and once Shrimp hit it as well, its damage reduction kicked in, and there was much else we could do. Kana cleared its friends while Name Twice put the Legate into stasis.
Alright, let's see. 3 HP regenerated. The stasis is done.
Oh, the stasis worked! I now knew stasis would be its absolute counter, but it still had a reaction shot available on the first damage dealt on the next turn.
Let's open with the Deadeye and let's hope its reaction is gonna be on the zombie. That's all I can hope for.
That arm is tough.
Let's see what it's doing. Yes, let's go! 17 damage. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
With that out of the way, I then pumped up all of our damage into its body, and you can hear how excited I was for the kill.
Peppa's got 2 shots as well, 2 to 3. It's better than nothing. Let's go. It's got 3 HP left. Can you kill it? Let's fucking go. We kill a Legate. Oh my god. I was so terrified of this thing. And we did it. Let's fucking go. But that one wasn't even the scariest of them all, for there was one more enemy unknown waiting for us on our next mission. I really wanted to delay that particular dark event, but with Praetorian deployment sitrep, I knew every enemy squad would be at least 5 units strong. So naturally, I went in there with anything but an A team, but I made sure to have 3 soldiers who could hack from a distance, because that was our goal. I stuck to the corners and slowly snuck towards the objective, spotting absolutely nothing until we made it there. Alright, well... let's see what awaits us on the other side of this door. Oh my god, what... what is that? Altar? Oh man. That thing terrified me, and now you know what your submitted soldiers will have to face in future playthroughs. So make sure you submit one, because clearly we'll need an army. We could hack and then run away. I think that is the way to go here, because I think with the Pyrrhic victory we still get the benefit, but I am not 100% sure. The saboteur got instantly spotted and Altar began communing divinely. That activated 15 enemies in that single room. So once the saboteur hacked the computer, I called down the Sky Ranger and we ran for it, but not without leaving a parting gift. Now I can kill him, right? If this crits, is gonna do a ton of damage. Doesn't matter. We got another one down, boys. With a Pyrrhic victory mod, the mission was still a success. Yes, this was a bit cheesy, but there was no way I could have defeated that room, so it was the only way out. Naturally, that pissed off the aliens, therefore they triggered their game over project again. So I sent a team to destroy one of their facilities, and it started great. Really? You were just here? You were just here, on my spawn position. That's fun. Rush sniped their mech while everyone else proceeded to miss pretty much everything, so I was forced to freeze the hashtag Malem. Dudat and Tiberian joined their forces to obliterate it on the next turn, so we could then move on. But then the assassin made again a terrible mistake and we spotted it out in the open. Let's do dual strike here. That might be enough. Can you crit? Oh, you missed the 86! What is all the misses today, for fuck's sake?
Never commit to strike.
But he's not gonna miss. Oh, he crit for 21. She was a pile of dust in one turn. So after we dealt with a rooftop turret, the final group triggered with a mechapede and a gunship on the same team. Silver managed to mind control a sergeant, but since we were caught in the open, the enemy decided to ignore him. Just do 12 damage there instead of shooting the guy right in front of you. Shouldn't be allowed. Should not be allowed. Silver put the mechapede into stasis while the gunship murdered the sergeant, but that meant we now had no mimic beacon for their reaction fire. Silver got hurt because of that, but Rush and TikTok then combined to finish both of the big mechs. 79 only? Buddy, you wouldn't miss that, would you? No, you wouldn't. Thank you. Another thing that explodes. With our success, the crisis was averted once again, and we were able to focus on the future. And the future was bright, since we managed to build our first Psi armor, and we finished the Praetorian Autopsy, allowing us to build their nanogel armor. Then we went to blow up another monument, and we learned that the local bandits had the same idea. But while Nuke was single-handedly obliterating the first 2 enemy pods via about 1 million Overwatch shots, the bandits were not doing so well. Oh, come on. Holy shit! That's insane! That's a lot of zombies! That is a lot of zombies. Did he kill the bandits or something? Yeah, he killed the bandits! Wow! The one bandit left alive was doomed, but I had no sympathy for them after what they did to Monker in their bunker. Ninja then burned an Archon while we easily sniped all the pesky zombies, and so we were ready for the eyeball. Golf ball's coming, we should have 2 Overwatches on it. Let Nuke shoot first, please. So he can shred. Nuke easily destroyed it, completing his MVP performance with a blast. But that was not the last we saw of the golf balls, for there was one waiting for us on our next mission. But first we had to fight our way through a lot of Advent trash, and then through a lot of lost trash, and then finally destroyed the alien transmitter. It wasn't a cakewalk. In fact, there were no cakes present in this old abandoned city, for the Lost ate them all, at least I think. But once we finally overcame all of that, we found our ball. Oh, you are here. That is some very nasty enemies out there, to be honest.
Shot wide. This looks
You piece of...
My team was pretty far away, but luckily we had Twilight's Icarus jump available, and Ninja was also ready to slay.
Ninja, you got enough to kill the ball. Oh, very nice.
That only left the snake, but its last-ditch effort could not protect it from Ninja's MVP shot. One of my infill teams then attempted to extract a VIP from an Advent-controlled city, and it started easily enough with Eyepatch taking care of the enemy Spark and Fox reducing the evil on the map even more. But then another group triggered, and their Muton hit so well I had to send Koko deep into the enemy territory for a flank, and while he managed to destroy the elusive Muton, he got hurt and exposed in the process.
Oh crap, they got Koko flanked. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh no.
There is no room for
Oh, you as well, of course. With Koko out for the count and Ghoul days, things got slightly complicated, especially because half of my team was stuck on the other side of the building, and while Eyepatch drew the enemy shots, they got hit with a harbor wave. Alas, the assassin forgot about Fox.
You have a chance to kill her, and you have 90%, 95% chance to crit. Go, Ghost. Show me what you can do. Hell yeah. You beautiful boy.
With the Chosen gone, the battle continued, but while they constantly failed at their shots from low ground into defensive smoke, we slowly chipped at them to victory.
Last, but I guess not the least.
Next mission we had the Waves sit trap, and we were expecting a Legate, but it was a dark event I wanted countered, so in we went. I sneakily followed an enemy patrol all the way to the objective, just so I could scout the exact position of that Legate. Then we triggered a pod out of his sight and shenanigans ensued.
Okay, 85. Yes, this will trigger the other group. What? Oh. Oh, when you mind control this shit, it just explodes. Or something. What? I should have read the info probably, but it is what it is. Luckily, the big boy kept on guarding the objective, giving us a chance to clear the second pod in peace before he joined the fray. Okay, the big boy's coming. We get overwatches. Good. Oh, Nuke's having overwatches as well, but he's missing! Nuke!
I gave him a Mimic Beacon for the Supremacy shot, then we pumped him full of damage before his reduction kicked in, and then the waves triggered.
Okay, reinforcements incoming now, which means we really need to kill this stuff now. Oh, did you just jump in? Oh...
I didn't have a beacon for Legate's second revenge shot, but Jake bravely took it on his shields, and then we went full in.
Take him out. Oh, let's go. The scary boy is dead. I repeat, the scary boy is dead.
That still left a bunch of enemy troops alive. Things could have turned out bad, but in reality they were just peas compared to the Legate. My scientists were now busy working on Requiem autopsies, and while we didn't have any of their super powerful guns yet for our next mission, we had the will and the desire to rescue a new Reaper. Yes, we were the good guys, and as the good guys do, we made the enemy bleed. We knew to expect the Hunter, but first we needed to work our way through invisible Andromelids who were not so invisible anymore after an axe to the face.
Throw the axe. Oh, you stun him with that. That is amazing, buddy.
The various troopers and their snake friends really didn't stand a chance against us, but the Hunter was another matter.
Hunter, that's annoying, by the way. That is really annoying. He just dealt 13 damage? Holy fuck.
Tic Tac was hurting, and since the Hunter could now teleport every time after taking damage, the fight became a much tougher affair. We dealt with Hunter's friends while Talk healed Tic Tac. Alas, it wasn't quite enough, but luckily we still had a chance to stabilize him. But then it was finally time we got lucky.
We can try freezing the Hunter, it's not really gonna do much. But it's better than not using it. Oh! That worked.
It was a much easier fight after that, and while he still got to deal some more damage, Silver sent him home in the end. We got our new Reaper Huntress as a reward, but before I could use her in action, I had to save Lucy, Everest, and Stag, who were ambushed in an Advent city.
Okay, give me what you got. You guys are gonna die. That's just how it is. I don't make the rules, but you're dead. At least one.
We took it slow and steady, one step at a time and one enemy at a time if possible. We stuck to the side streets using overwatches and the cover of darkness to get the jump on our enemy. Slowly but surely we murdered our way through the many mutants, but then we hit a real monster.
82 to crit. Let's see it. Oh, great crit, buddy.
Clearly, even monsters can die. Alas, there were more than one Andromedon present on the map, which meant we had to rely on magic as well.
The void chain first. Oh! That just killed him. Okay, that was a lot more damage than I expected it to be.
With that, we fully unlocked the Hunter Stronghold, but naturally I wasn't quite ready to assault it yet. I did send out another infill team, and for them I built our first Requiem assault rifle, and Flatline had the honor of testing it out. But first we went to capture an Advent VIP, and we started by frying the enemy with electricity. Cyborg and Ghoul cleaned up the remnants of the first pod, then we prepared to meet the assassin. Alas, we first met a group of snakes and troopers who were nothing but cannon fodder really, until one slight miscalculation on my part.
Can you shoot before he shoots? I guess we have to try, right? Oh, he dodged!
Hardly did anything.
Oh, now he can actually reaction fire back here. Crap.
Get some damage here.
That's so annoying.
Assassin then joined the fray, but she also miscalculated slightly. She did summon a bunch of mimic beacons we had to dispatch first before taking a crack at her. She managed to get a blind off, but that couldn't save her from Cyborg. That left a couple of turrets for us to deal with, and one had a very unique mechanic.
Oh, it deployed the purifier. Oh, that's actually kinda cool. I like that. That's a really neat mechanic. Oh, you can drop multiples in.
We dealt with everything they could throw at us, and then dispatched the extra reinforcements as well to claim our victory. I knew I'd have to deal with a Sectopod and waves of reinforcements on our next mission, but I was starting to get really confident in my soldiers, so I brought only those that still needed a lot of XP. We soon spotted the Big Mag, but I wanted to prepare a perfect ambush, so we took our time.
Oh, there's a couple more in there. Seeker just died. I was not aware there was 4 of them. I thought it was just the 2. That's fine.
I had blue screens on multiple soldiers in preparation for this, so Doodad and Ausgetogen easily took care of it. But the explosion called in the Lost. We easily destroyed those, but then 2 more Advent groups triggered, and suddenly we had quite a few more enemies present, and not everything went perfectly smooth.
Only 80. Don't like that. You're not gonna miss my 80, are you? You did miss the 80.
But luckily we still had plenty of tools in the box to deal with the remaining enemies, Advent and Lost alike, and things went well until this.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This was not the plan. This was not the fucking plan, man. We are not positioned yet.
We did not have all the overwatches set up, which meant a couple of units survived and one turned out to be especially annoying.
Let's see the bug. That thing's got... Oh wait, you just get to attack?
That thing had a lot of HP, so I had to pump all of my damage into it, and in the meantime I might have forgotten to move one-man army away.
Thank you! Really good shit! Oh, one-man army is gonna be suffering badly from this.
Multiple reinforcements followed the big bug, but we now had the power to deal with them one at a time, and no one else got injured on my watch. Good thing I brought my C team to the previous mission, because the Warlock decided to besiege my ship next. We were expecting 28 enemy troops, with a lot of nasty Requiem units peppered in there, but luckily I could bring 10 soldiers to the mission, plus we just recently finished building defense turrets, so I had 4 of those as well. The Advent made a terrible mistake though and grouped up right outside our gates.
Well, that's 8 out of 28 right there. Oh, let's start, boys. Okay, yeah, killed 2 and the spark is shut down. Let's go. Oh, there's a 9th in there as well. Didn't even see that guy.
Even my turrets got a couple of kills, and that group of 9 was history on first turn. Another group tried flanking us, but the turrets once again proved themselves useful.
If nothing else, they're destroying the cover. Or killing the snakes, even better.
We could also see the altar doing altar things far in the distance, and it definitely went well.
What is this thing doing? Did he just kill their own thing? I hit the Chosen as well. Look at that! It destroyed the Chosen's armor. I don't know why, but okay.
Unfortunately, those zombies revealed Tiny Marble, which meant she suffered for it, but she was not the one who suffered the most. Luckily, Skinwalker had Solace, so I could cleanse all those disorientations that came with the spark bombs. That allowed us to slowly fight our way towards the next big bad boy, while taking out their tiny turrets. My turrets were still hitting their 30% shots, so the Sectopod didn't survive for long, but the Advent got to shoot their Big Bertha. We then had to fight the Altar, but since it managed to kill all of its supporting units somehow, it proved to be an easy target for a 10-man squad, even though its damage reduction kicked in along the way. That only left the Warlock, and I knew Shallows had him in sights.
Let's inspire the Snaky Boy. The Snaky Boy is gonna teamwork Shallows, and she's gonna shoot that thing again. And that thing is gonna die. Oh hell yeah, that's what you get for trying to get here. Oh my god, you didn't kill him. 1 HP? Seriously? I even had a speech prepared.
Name Twice managed to finish him just barely, then we cleared the remaining 4 enemies and the Avenger was safe once again with Ozzy as the big MVP. With that crisis averted, I finished building a radio relay in South America, which gave us a very important continental bonus. After that, we went to neutralize an enemy field commander, and while I was hoping to stay concealed until we found him, our cover got blown instantly. We were facing 6 enemies, so we had to use all of our skills to fight through them all.
Relax, darling.
So Doodad's gonna do this. And that hopefully kills the snake as well from the explosion. Yup. Good shit.
We had just exactly the right amount of damage, even though we missed some shots, but in the end, Jungleman zapped the last mech standing.
Whew. Good shit. And we have to go to the other side of the map now. Oh boy.
Our Overwatch shots also found a mirror, so that scared me slightly, especially because we had no way of reaching it on that turn, which meant Alpha paid for it next. But luckily Tic Tac had a frost bomb and Doodad put it through a wall.
Jungleman actually sees it from here. So let's take that shot. Oh, you just killed it? Jungleman, that was beautiful.
That only left the general and his bro, and they stood no chance against us. My infill team, who had that first proper Requiem rifle, then went to rescue a scientist, and I allowed Flatline to test it on the first enemy.
It's probably just gonna shoot the Archon. Yeah, let's go. Whew, that's a lot of damage. Oh boy. There's our Overwatch. Oh, very nice. Can you get that on Fantastin as well? Or kill the Archon. That seems good as well.
Oh yes, we also had a new gunner Mechadine, who had a potential for an amazing build with Medic and Sentinel as his secondaries, so I wanted to level him up. After dispatching the first pod, the Chosen spawned in, and I noticed something interesting.
Why is he missing some HP? Oh, that's why he's missing some HP.
I'm doing no damage.
Oh, interesting.
I shredded his armor next, and Darkstar stuck a sneaky bomb to his body, and since he was weak to explosives, it all combined together nicely.
Alright, let's EMP here. Let's see how much damage that does. I don't think we can kill him on this turn, which is unfortunate, and then he can daze a lot of us. But we can certainly try. Oh! No, that just killed him! Oh, that was amazing. We just dealt 52 damage to him.
The rest of the map was easy peasy for us, and not even the reinforcements could stop us from saving our VIP. We then managed to unlock the Warlock stronghold as well, again without an ambush. Then one of my infill teams hit the max infiltration, and that meant that once we triggered the first enemy pod, we got lucky with friendly Advent reinforcements popping in.
That's our friendly units, right? That's our friendly units? Oh, it's some big boy friendly units, let's go!
Our goal was to rescue an engineer, but since the friendlies managed to trigger the whole map, I got a little bit afraid for him.
Okay, Codex is shooting. He's the only one active right now. Oh, never mind. He's not the only one active anymore. Oh boy. Is he gonna shoot? He's definitely shooting. Oh boy.
The hinter triggered as well, which certainly complicated things some more, but we had to go to work and Nuke opened up by shredding the big Legate. Xenon ruptured him as well, which meant he was now taking extra damage, and after Silver stasis him, she also managed to do this.
She's gonna roll Insanity on hashtag Malum. 86. We'll see what we get. If this could be a mind control, that would be amazing. Oh. 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 Let's go. Mind controlled. Huge. The resistance managed to somehow then blow up the truck with our engineer, and while he was still alive, that meant the reinforcements triggered. Alas, that was the least of our engineer's problems. We're gonna roll Insanity on the Daymare as well. Oh! Yeah, right, I forgot about this again. When you mind control these things, they explode. That killed my VIP. No.
Well, that failed the mission, but we still had a field of enemies to clear, and Nuke took care of the Legate with a chain shot. The rest of the enemies were not nearly as scary, and I feared none of them besides the hinter.
Pretty sure his pistol's got a stock, so we'll take that. Don't need stock, he just crits. Oh yeah.
Somehow, even so, the resistance survived, and while the mission failed, we still got a couple of promotions out of it, so that was a success in my book. We then unlocked another Requiem weapon of mass distraction, but I didn't bring it yet as we went to hunt an altar next.
This is the least dangerous group of all of them, but we have to trigger, so let's trigger. Oh, let's go. That's a good start.
Kanak and Death Ops stabbed the rest to death. Then we moved onwards to glory, expecting hostiles and quickly finding them. But the real hostiles were the friends we made along the way, or something like that.
Oh, it's right there. Wow. I mean, that's good thing we triggered it then. And we get Blade Storm, but this thing explodes, right? Oh, lightning reflexes. Fair, fair.
With that bug gone, we only had Altar's group left, and it didn't take long for us to spot him as well. Taking care of his mutant friends wasn't a problem at all, but I was still afraid of the Altar, although it seemed that its real power laid in prolonged engagements, where it could power up its Bring Forth the Dawn. Alas, there was no dawn for it on that day.
We'll do Thunderclap. Thunderclap should kill. Thunderclap did kill. Let's go.
Next we had a horde mission, and at this point lost were nothing more than a slight annoyance, but I did bring out the new Balakal area dominance cannon to test it out, and I could confirm it could certainly lag the hell out of my game, but it was also amazingly powerful with infinite free reloads and the ability to shoot twice per turn.
Macadine's gonna test the new ginormous cannon. Wow, we just lagged the whole game out. Amazing.
As a reward, a new infantry/grenadier, the Reaper, joined us after the mission, and we also unlocked the final chosen stronghold without an ambush. Advent Retaliation popped up next, and I had some payback to dish out after the last one. This one was led by the Hunter though, and there weren't as many Requiem units present as last time, and those present were not the smartest bunch around.
Deal with it before it causes too much trouble.
Oh, very nice. You shot the Faceless. Love that, boys. Love that. That is great.
Shrimpella sniped all the enemy turrets, and since the enemy proceeded to shoot more Faceless, things were looking pretty well for us. But then I realized we also were not the smartest bunch.
Okay, you have 92 to destroy this bad boy. You just missed a 92 stag? Really, buddy? Really, you just missed a 92?
Macadine fixed Stag's mistake, as I knew he would, and the rest obliterated all those who would oppose us, be it by Overwatch shots or point-blank stabs, until only the Hunter remained. Annoyingly though, he teleported into the most remote corner possible, so it took a lot of finagling before we teased him away from his Mac friends.
And that's how it's done. Goodbye, Hunter. Goodbye.
One of my infill teams then went to hack an Advent data point, and I knew to expect an altar. We did have advantageous terrain though, but I still took it nice and easy, until I didn't.
Doodad's gonna open up on these big boys, hopefully kills the floater. Yep, floater's just dead, let's go. Now let's see what these two guys do. Hello my friends, where are you off to? Ooh, Pre-Overwatch, 18 damage? How the hell did you do 18 damage? That first group was history in moments, but then I played it real slow again, with Huntress scouting up ahead and watching the enemy movements until we were ready to strike again. I hope it comes closer if it does anything. It's probably gonna just Overwatch again, but the other Mactoid is gonna die, which is beautiful. And he's, oh yeah, he is coming closer. But I don't feel like we can see him from here. What a beautiful hiding spot you find. Alpha took care of the Malachim, and since the big boy already took his supremacy action, we were then free to blast him apart. The Saboteur then hacked our objective from range, which invited another patrol, but it didn't survive for long, which meant only the altar remained. Huntress and the Saboteur killed his friends, and since we didn't have the stasis for the altar, we had to let it do its thing. Alright, now we'll see what he does on its turn. Let's move in. It's bringing forth the dawn. And that's it. Okay, so on the next turn, if you do not kill it, it's gonna basically do 50 damage in this, like, huge radius. But of course, we had enough damage and do that finish the job. I then decided to finally tackle the black site data coordinates we learned about ages ago. I brought a very strong team with 5 Requiem guns and it started great. Let's blast. Destroy the mech. Here we go. And if these guys moves, we get another Overwatch. Yeah, there you go. And he gets an Overwatch in this. Nuke literally single-handedly destroyed the whole pack with one action, and he still can do shit. That's amazing. Yeah, Nuke had an amazing Sentinel build, and the Requiem cannon just boosted it even more, so he was an absolute beast. But so were the rest of my troops, as the Auriger Assassin learned in no time. We go Rupture? Hell yeah. 95% chance to crit? Yeah, that will do it. 25 damage. Nothing could stand against us as we pushed further and further into the facility, and even though we missed a couple of shots here and there, we easily destroyed everything the Advent threw at us. After we dealt with the guards, named twice broke inside and stole a body? Yeah, this was now the invasion of the body snatchers it seemed, and they had no chance of stopping us with Nuke on our team. Nuke with an absolute MVP performance, 261 damage dealt with 11 kills. That is amazing. Our success unlocked a new research, and we also reduced the avatar progress by 2 points. Now for a while, we were being hunted by one of the alien UFOs, and since we managed to avoid it so far, we then had the option to bring it down, and I decided to send an infill team to work on that. Then I chose to celebrate mission 100 by raiding an Advent troop transport and stealing everything not nailed down. We opened up with an ambush, which is a skill that not nearly enough of my soldiers had. Not a single enemy survived our opener, but naturally there were more of them. Oh, we are triggering. This is very far. Oh, and you hit a 38? Shredded 4 armor? That's amazing, Ausgetogen. They did have a cyber desk in that group, but with a nice mix of explosives and Ausgetogen skills, we obliterated it. That left only a couple remaining, and while they unfortunately managed to ruin our flawless performance, they couldn't stop us stealing their rations. We then went to rescue another scientist, and since it was supposed to be a simple mission, I had a couple of fresh faces on the team, and Robertovich introduced himself to the Advent instantly. They stacked up so nicely. I mean, I cannot pass up on a nice frost opener. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Since the first spot was frozen, it was simple to deal with, and Satsu, our other newbie, also cashed in on a couple of kills. The assassin then joined the party and she brought friends, but she forgot I knew exactly how to destroy her. 18 to 22 plus 16 crit damage, 95 to crit, which means we could do 38 damage to her, which still means we'd need 20 more. But that's... Wait, he did 55? What the... Oh, because she takes extra damage from high chance to crit stuff, but that didn't show here. That's amazing. Jungleman sent her back to her masters, and the rest cleared the field. Satsu then broke out our VIP, which meant reinforcements, but we were all ready and waiting for them. Armored Berserker. Ooh, that could be unfortunate since we are all so close. But he should be the first to run, so if everybody just shoots him, he's gonna die. Or that, yeah. There we go.
That left a couple of troops guarding the exfil zone, but since they played with fire, they got burned by Ninja. At this point, we had all the resistance contacts we could get, so I went and landed in Africa, which was the last continent outside our network. With that, we had the whole world connected, and the resistance was truly flying. We also unlocked our first Requiem heavy weapons, and we learned that the assassin was planning to assault the Avenger. But first, I triggered that infill team who was hunting the alien UFO, and we learned that the Marauders were after it as well. We had a great vantage point overlooking the truck we had to hack, and the first enemy pod felt the hurt instantly. Mechadine was once again farming Overwatch shots, but as I sent Eagle Eye in to hack into the truck, she found the Marauders, and in turn, the Marauders found the Hunter.
Oh! He's tracking these guys! I wonder if they're gonna shoot him. Are you? Well, but you missed, but that's kinda cool to be honest.
We were now fighting on multiple fronts, hitting the Marauders where possible, but mostly focusing on the Advent troops already present and those still arriving. And of course there was Hunter out there as well, who we couldn't quite finish due to about 1,000,000 dodges and his jumping jacks.
Let's see what he does. Oh, this is so far away, buddy. So far away. These mechs are just gonna overwatch and not come closer. It's annoying.
It was slightly annoying, yes, but it was nothing we couldn't handle, and in the end, Mechadine put him to sleep. We had Praetorian leadership waiting for us on our next mission, so I knew it would be tough as nails. I brought the A-team out because I really wanted that Wild Hunt Dark event delayed, so in we went, and we got instantly spotted on our first turn.
The Sectopod's running from Nuke. That's understandable, yeah, he just shredded 5 of his armor.
Let's be real, after dealing with multiple Legates now, the Sectopods seemed like toys in comparison, even if they were the Praetorian ones. But of course, that was not the last of them. But we did have Jake the Snake on our side, and his tech skill was enough to neutralize the Big Mac long enough for us to take care of it. We reduced another group to shreds via Overwatch shots, which left only the armored Berserker alive.
Say hello to democracy.
Peppa might get hurt again. But we got Overwatches, so... yeah, he's just dead. Let's go.
Jake then hacked the objective, which meant we only had to deal with the final group of 5, which included a gunship.
Okay, we're triggering. We're murdering. He hit a 55 on the Dector gunship and dealt 18 damage. That's insane.
It was easy money to clean up the rest, and these guys really showed why they were the A-team. I then began working on more story central research, and while that was progressing, I went to delay another dark event. There were no Requiem units present on the map, which meant it was to be a simpler mission, and our opener definitely went really well.
Let's bring the shield bearer over here. Oh, that was interesting.
We need to kill the
That is
monster.
not something I expected to happen. Oh, that was cool.
That was first 2 pods gone and done, and the third one got deleted with ease as well, which only left the golf ball and his friends. Since Tiny Marble was still concealed, I was able to sneak close enough to freeze them, and the rest was history. I then triggered one of my infill teams who went to hack whatever the Advent were hiding in the sewers. We soon spotted a Vulcan Mechtoid, and since the soldiers on this mission weren't really seasoned, I decided to take it slow. Alas, another group then found us.
Not really the group we wanted to trigger on. But it's the group we got. Good hit. Wait, he stole my loot! The bastard stole my loot, what? What is this?
I didn't even get the loot back after killing the bastard, but at least it gave us an opening to hack the device. But that Mechtoid smelled our fear, and he went for Vanadeth, who had all the armor to soak up the damage, but the rest of the team had all the damage the enemy could not soak. That only left a couple of extra troopers, which Huntress successfully ambushed. I then learned that my team who went to help down that UFO had some trouble and Dominator was captured. But before we could go rescue him, we had to destroy an alien relay, and we were expecting to see a Mechapede and potentially the Hunter as well. Actually, first we saw anything but those two, and I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to blow them up.
Oh yeah. Boom.
We had plenty of damage to clear up what remained after explosion, but I was playing it safe in case we ran into that Mechapede. In the end, it ran into us, and again, I just had to blow it up.
Forgot about the supremacy thing. I forgot about the supremacy, by the way. But it missed anyway, so who cares?
Kanak killing one of the mecha's friends triggered a Hunter as well, which meant things got slightly more complicated, but luckily we had the damage to destroy the Mechapede before we had to dance with the Chosen.
Zombie, can you kill? Haha, he killed the mech. Let's go.
Everest killed the other mech, and then the hunter began jumping all over the place. But thankfully, he was always just in range of someone that could tag him.
But we got the damage, and then we hope that he comes closer once again. 1 HP remaining. Oh, Hunter.
Was a nice trick.
Where did you go? Oh, he's so far away now.
He could go far, but never far enough. I then couldn't pass up on the opportunity to raid an Advent Peace and Prosperity train, and since we stole their shields, I was feeling confident, especially since we were able to destroy the initial group with ease, but then an Andromelid made everyone stealthy, which made our job much harder. We did have a couple of tricks up our sleeve though, and while Shrimpella sniped the Mechtoid, Skinwalker did this.
Let's grab the snake. Hell yeah. Gotta love that.
In my desperation to then find and freeze the Nautilus, I sent Fox slightly too far in, and he paid for it. Buccaneer took that personally, while the rest of the team prepared for the reinforcements.
Oh, of course there's an armored berserker. Of course there is. You guys better kill it, because otherwise this is gonna be a problem. We got shreds. We got kills. Let's go.
There was another Andromelid hiding in the shadows, and he somehow managed to hide a huge-ass gunship as well, so I decided to pull back and dangle our dominated snake.
QTDA is coming. Dodges and misses. Not very good. Not very good. Stop missing the thing! You're giving it shields!
The Coutelier could not help to survive our turn, or Shrimp dead-eyed the gunship. Alas, trying to finish it off, we triggered yet another group. Thankfully, they decided to shoot only at my soldiers who still had the shields, which meant we could then clear them all without taking any extra injuries. The last 5 or so missions all came within a single week, and the game wasn't slowing down, because we then had to pounce on that alien UFO we helped bring down. Funny enough, the Gath had the same idea, and since I knew there'd be a lag at present, I brought a strong team. We took the high ground overseeing the Advent and the Gath duking it out, but their fight got out of hand quickly and we were forced to join in. Alas, this time around the enemy had the big shields, so it took a lot of extra shots to do what we wanted, and not always what we intended.
14 to 18. Let's see if this works. Wow, that is amazing. That was glorious. Exactly what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, that's great.
The enemy didn't realize we had Nuke on our team though, who could delete Advent and Gath alike with 1,000,000 Overwatch shots, which allowed us to move further towards the UFO. The aliens sent out a distress signal, but Shallows was able to sneak inside and turn it off while the team toyed with the enemy.
Destroys some cover, takes off their shields, and Peppa is just, you know, he's a crazy boy. I don't think it triggers the Sidewinder though.
Dealing with that pod only left the Legate and Co, and we managed to take down their shields with Overwatch shots, but of course the big boy was still a threat.
Sun takes the shot, I think. And we hope that he goes for the Purifier. It would be fun if he kills the Purifier, Purifier blows up and kills both of them. He's not going for the Purifier. What the fuck was that? Are you insane? Look at this!
I was just starting to celebrate our victory, but then the assassin decided to ground our Avenger from mandatory maintenance, and I had to go tell her that her brother already did the paint job a couple missions ago, and it was all one massive misunderstanding. But the aliens were not understanding, and they ran straight for our Overwatch trap, and that's how the first 8 fell with no issues. Then the assassin showed up.
Oh, the assassin's here. Okay. Fair enough, she goes for the skirmisher, which really more power to her.
She brought in 4 friends, and while we did spend a lot of our firepower on a single floater, Nuke took care of the rest. I had the opportunity to flank the assassin then, and after Skinwalker shredded her armor, I sent in Ozzy to obliterate her.
That's 30. Let's go. Ozzy just dealt like 60 damage to it.
Oh, and you get close encounters?
Nice. Alright. Ozzy's just gonna murder the assassin. Easy money.
With her gone, we then dealt with the first set of small tanks and those guarding them. We then blew up the second set as well, and since they were still in range of my defense turrets, I got some good use out of them.
Shoot this. Let's go. 38 in the Purifier. Oh my god! This turret, I want to recruit this turret now.
With the assassin dead, there was only a Mechapete protecting the big cannon, but even though we had some targeting issues, Cyborg finished it off. After we disabled the big cannon, we only had a Legate to deal with, and I learned that freezing it for 3 actions does not cancel its supremacy action.
Excuse me? How is he doing supremacy now? What the fuck? That is bullshit. If I ever seen bullshit anywhere.
So yeah, that left a couple of scars, but we all made it out alive. We then finished the Codex Brain autopsy, which gave us new coordinates to investigate, but first I sent an infill team to figure out where the aliens have imprisoned the Dominator. And then I learned that Stag and Coco were ambushed on their covert hub, so it was time to fight. Again, I took it slow and steady, blasting them with Overwatch shots whenever I could and rushing in for the crits whenever we missed.
We didn't trigger anything, let's go. You better crit him though. Nice. Good job.
There were 2 Andromedons present on the map who presented the biggest challenge, but even those couldn't touch my 2 brave warriors.
Where are you gonna go? Okay, he's going down. He's gonna have to climb up over here, but he shouldn't have the shot on us. And we dealt 11 damage already, which is good.
We then learned more about the suit named Twice snatched from the black site coordinates, and we started working on more Codex data. I then sent a small squad to locate the Geth HQ so we could raid it in the future. Then I triggered the infill team to rescue Dominator. We got good high ground which allowed us to blow up the first pod. Xenon and Weapon took out those that survived the initial explosion, then the Hunter spawned in. But luckily he was content at grappling around, allowing us to slowly deal with the regular troopers protecting the prison transport. After they were all dead and gone, Xenon broke out the Dominator, which is when the Chosen finally decided to stir. But at this point we were all positioned perfectly to get out.
Goodbye.
Alright.
Take care, Hunter. You wounded us.
Mission accomplished.
That's it. Took our flawless away.
I then decided to go for the Codex Brain Coordinates story mission, and I knew to expect a lot of chrysalids. There were also a couple of regular troops present, but those didn't survive for long. Then we slowly inched closer to the map center, relying on Overwatch shots to clear the Chrysiboys lying in ambush.
Do we have an Overwatch? We do. Beautiful. Oh, that didn't kill. Robertovich? Coco? Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, the Hunter also joined in again, but this time around we didn't run. Robertovich froze him so he couldn't jump away, then we just deleted him.
Now he's out in the open. 40% chance to crit. Oh, you crit! 25, let's go.
That only left the main attraction of this mission, but after fighting Requiem troops for so long, I was not afraid of a single gatekeeper. Its body finally gave us a chance to build our first alien Psi-Amp, and the psionic gate we stole gave us more mysteries to unlock. I then learned that the Chosen were planning to assault the Avenger yet again, so I decided to expose one of their weaknesses. Tygan then ordered me to skulljack a Codex for reasons, and luckily there was one waiting for us on our next mission. It was actually the Marauders who triggered the Codex and a whole bunch of other units for us, and since we were still relatively hidden, I decided to go for it.
I know we have basically triggered the whole map. Fuck it.
Moving to access.
Do it. Let's go. Let's bring the Avatar in here as well.
That spawned an Avatar, and luckily we had a bunch of Overwatch shots ready for it.
Did we just kill the Avatar? I think we did. Oh, yes! That's what I'm talking about.
That was the highlight of the mission for sure, because at this point I started running away from about 1 million enemies and relying on Overwatch shots and hoping they'd all kill each other, but it didn't go flawlessly.
Or watching... Oh wait, you can just shoot at us from there? How's that possible? How is that possible? Oh no. Oh, the door opened. God damn it!
We have to feel ready.
Him shooting us from there is really annoying, let's be real. And the fact that he gets 3 shots. And the fact that we don't get any Overwatches on him. Also annoying.
Death Ops had to freeze the big mecha just so we could get a moment to breathe. But of course it still got 3 shots off after thawing. But since we now had a proper cover at least, Death Ops then judged it harshly.
Let's go harsh judgment. 3 to 5. Let's see. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Very nice. That's 4. I like this. That's 5. Look at his aim is 15 now. Oh, but he's still hitting everything. Let's go.
Killing the rest was not an issue after that, even though we got hurt even more in the process, and then we still had the whole Overwatch gauntlet to deal with. But since Mechadine revived Alpha, we were at least back in full force. In the end, we killed way over 30 enemy troops. 4 soldiers were wounded, but we made it back home. We then had to go rescue a couple of stranded soldiers. We knew the enemy had a Legate leading the troops, and naturally there were a Lost present as well. We ran into the big boy straight away, and I made sure to tag it with a Lost lure.
Alright, good thing we got that out of the way, Mr. Legate.
I was glad it had other targets than us, and even though there were a lot of those targets present, I put all of my damage into the Legate, before Silver put it into stasis. Thankfully, it continued playing with the Lost on the next turn, which meant we could then bring it down.
Just kill the Legate. There it is, boys. There it is. Okay, life just became much easier.
It was indeed much easier, as I used the Lost Lure to keep them glued to the Advent, while we slowly chipped away at their numbers. As a reward, we got Woeful Penny, a scavenger/artisan, and we got Chukin, a gunner/dragoon. Now, remember that UFO that was hunting us some time ago? I thought we brought it down, but I guess the aliens had more of them, and this time the Avenger went down, and I had to go disable the EMP that was keeping us down. Like with Avenger Defense, I was allowed to bring 10 soldiers, and we had turrets, but to be honest, we didn't really need them, as the enemies were not nearly as dangerous as you'd expect. Name Twice mind controlled the Cinnamon Bun, while Kanak and Nazi combined to kill the Mirror, but of course, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
That kills the Sectoid as well and deals damage to the gunner. Okay, that I did not remember. Did not remember that?
Well, I had every right to be overconfident, as our numbers made it easy to deal with everything the aliens could throw at us, and we just left our mind-controlled units to act as a distraction after we took out the EMP spike.
83 point blank. Yeah, you guys are really bad. Oh, but you got him! You got him. Very nice.
I then went to counter an annoying dark event, and it started great.
That started well. I have to admit, that started well. Fucking civilians, man.
I managed to pop 2 of the units we could see, but then things went even better.
We want to spread out, because these guys can... Okay, this is not good. This is not good at all.
Oh yeah, the assassin also spawned, and of course the Mechapede was angry that I blasted her from the roof, and it came running in.
I have a feeling he's gonna lose the unscarred bonus soon. Ooh, flatline. Hold steady. Oh, let's go. Good miss. Thank you, Mechapede. It's probably got one more action. Yeah. Come on. Hold steady, buddy. Okay. That, was not steady.
Luckily, Iron Lung had a frost bomb ready for her, which made clearing the field much easier after that. And just as I thought we had a moment to breathe, the assassin came running in. Thankfully, she hid in a very flankable position, and her summons couldn't help her much either.
She might take a lot more than 19 to 24. I'm not sure. No, she did not. We rolled the lowest possible. That's a problem.
But she only went for a blind, so it was only a problem for her in the end. It was easy money getting to our objective after that, and I got the final promotion for Mechadine I was after. I noticed there was an Andromedon present on our next mission, and since we needed their corpses to build high-level grenade launchers, I went for it. We quickly found 2 groups, and as is tradition, we blew them up.
Let's go. Okay, that killed the Naja. Good start. These guys don't have much HP. Oh, she gets the free Overwatch and she kills the snake. Let's go, Dudat
pounced in the second pot as well. Then our new gunner Chuking got on the score sheet. After that, we met our Andromedon friend we wanted, and luckily Dudat had more rockets for them. Chuking took care of the rest, then the final group came running.
Now, if you could get some cannon shots to shred, that would be amazing. Let's go. Oh, it's down to 14 HP already. Hell yeah!
Tiny Marble had a spare frost bomb for that group, which made it much easier to deal with, even though Dudat somehow missed a 99% shot. With our success, I could then build our second superior grenade launcher. I then went to delay a dark event that would give Advent armor-piercing rounds, and I knew there'd been an altar present. But first, we ran into another Andromedon, and I decided to make it ours. With a big tank on our side, I was feeling confident to push forward, where the Reaper froze a big group of enemies so we could do bad things to them in peace. But they did have a trick up their sleeve as well.
Oh, sneaky beaky. Look at that. Well, you guys can be friends now.
I tried being sneaky after that, and by sneaky I mean we blew up another pod, but then my Andromedon wiggled his fat ass too close to the sun.
Okay. We triggered the altar with that. That's not so good.
There was no way to deal with the altar on that turn, so instead I focused on clearing the board until only a purifier and the big alien remained. Luckily, it was far enough away that I couldn't set up its devastation attack quite yet, allowing us to deal with it properly. At this point, my scientists figure out where the psionic gate that we stole from that gatekeeper leads to, which opened up more story-based research. My squad who went to locate the Geth HQ then signaled they've been ambushed, so I sent in a team to help them out. There were only 13 Geth present though, and with both of our squads combined, we had 10 soldiers, so as you can imagine, a massacre quickly ensued.
Oh yeah, Doodad's doing beautifully.
A girl dreams of such things happening to her boss.
Huntress? You kill? It's okay, damage. Good kill. Okay, there.
Come on.
Oh my god, she got another kill.
Our ambush killed 7 out of 10 we were facing, and even though we then triggered another group, they were easy to take down. That meant reinforcements and a small advent surprise.
Vanadet's gonna find stuff. Oh! There's gonna be a faceless popping up! I just saw one of them. Oh, that's interesting. I did not expect that. Oh, kinda cool.
But not even the faceless could help the Geth out, and we got the crucial information we were after. We now knew where the Geth base was, but I had to wait before we could raid it. So instead I then sent Bastion and Coco to get pretty much the most powerful faction card of them all and equip them properly in case of an ambush. Then it was time for payback. It was time to take down the first of the Chosen, and I set up a strong team to breach the assassin stronghold and get rid of her once and for all. I brought Nuke for his amazing cannon overwatch shots and Sans his bondmate as a sniper. I brought Nim twice for his stasis and mind control and the ability to shoot twice in a turn. I brought Tiberian because skirmishers were Assassin's weak point and he was our dedicated healer. I also brought Silver as she was his bondmate and she also had stasis and range heals. Last but not the least, I brought Robertovich, who might have been a surprise pick, but he had a cannon, he had a grenade launcher, and most importantly, he had the sacred incense skill, which meant his smoke bombs could clear stuns and dazes. We didn't have anyone who could scout ahead though, so we instantly triggered the first few enemies. We took down a turret and a couple of troops, but then the shield bearer surprised me.
He's gonna shield. Oh, he's not shielding. Interesting. Also, why did we not get an overwatch on this?
Luckily, Nuke had the Praetorian vest, so he could heal up the damage taken. We also triggered an altar and his friends right after that, but the big floaty boy couldn't do much after he took care of his friends. Our path through the maze after that wasn't too hard or too eventful, and soon we found ourselves in the assassin's bedroom.
Know that you have earned a good death.
Her teeth are probably not the healthiest, are they?
She spawned in 4 floaters for us to shoot, and we killed 2, panicked the 3rd, and dominated the last one, which then meant it was time to go for the lady herself.
We go harsh judgment. 15 to 21 on each shot. 21, I like it. Yeah, that will do it.
With her dead for the first time, she went back into her sarcophagus, while Nuke obliterated all of the reinforcements dropping in. That then gave us plenty of shots on the coffin, but since we had to deal 120 damage to it, it took more than a while.
Alright, Tiberian's got friends. Okay, try not to explode. And he's got friends. Nightmare Hive? Oh, that's a big boy. Can we shred it?
We shredded it! Oh my god, on a 53! Nuke, you beautiful bastard! That shred allowed Sans to kill the big hive with ease, and eventually Robertovich finished the sarcophagus, taking away the assassin's ability to regenerate.
Oh, she spawned right next to Tiberian, and he gets retribution off for 11 damage. Wait, she's immune to melee, isn't she? How does that work?
She tried fighting back, and so she summoned more reinforcements, but Tiberian kept on dishing out retributions. Dealing with her friends was easy after that, which meant we had the chance to freeze her once again, and then I sent Tiberian back in.
It's got a harsh judgment. Assassin is gonna die. Once and for all, never, ever to return. Let's go, boys!
She committed Sudoku after that humiliation, and her death meant we could now unlock her special weapons for our own use. My scientists then finished the Avatar autopsy, which triggered the final stage of the Avatar project and killed our benefactor in the government. It also unlocked the final 2 missions, so our endgame was now here. But naturally, there were still a couple of loose ends I had to tie up, like killing the remaining Chosen. We soon learned about a new hunter weakness, and I sent out another team to find some dirt on the Warlock as well. We also had an option to go destroy that Geth HQ now, and I sent a team of 4 to break in. Then we went to counter a dark event that would give Advent free reloads, and I brought a Lucy with us to test the new shotgun we stole from the assassin's lifeless corpse.
Satsu's gonna go maim. Here. To mobilize. That's the spirit. Poisoned, maimed, on fire. Oh! You get to shoot as well. Let's go.
It did pretty well as you can see, but so did the rest of my team, until we ran into a big old nasty Mechapede, and not even a new shotgun could save a Lucy.
But also, full cover does not matter. Shredded Lucy as well. Are you fucking kidding me? She's gonna kill it. The fucking Mechapede's gonna kill Lucy. Oh my god, that's so annoying. You piece of garbage. And you can just shoot from all the way back there. Because it has squad sight. It can hit all the 50s! We can't hit an 88, it can hit all the Okay, calm down, Coco. Everyone knows you never rage. So take a chill pill, buddy, and murder that Mechapede. The question is, do we have enough? I think so. Lightning hands. Good job. And then we get a clutch shot. Finish it there. Nasty shit.
Bastion and Coco then returned with the Bass faction card, but of course we couldn't use it until the next month. So we had to go to counter more dark events that could ruin our life in meantime. I knew there was an altar and 2 gunships present on our next mission, but they were also the Lost, so I was hoping we could get a fun chain reaction going. I let the Advent play with the zombies while I slowly edged towards our objective, taking out any unit that was in our way.
This is gonna tag the altar. Actually, I don't know if we can actually tag the altar. Because he's immune to grenades, but it's definitely gonna have some friends with him. So we're gonna still do this. And let's just bring in as many Lost as possible.
It turned out they were all camped in there together, which allowed Chukin to tag them all with his recon ability, and then Skinwalker unloaded blue screens on the gunships present.
That's gonna explode, bring in more Lost potentially.
Enemies down.
It goes boom. Woo! That's pretty good.
With his escort turned to garbage, we then focused the altar while the rest of the map fought each other, until we were ready to clean it up. And then we tackled the last horde mission of the campaign, so there isn't really much to say about it besides that we obliterated all the Lost present, and we got Bill Eye as our new gunner/dragoon. Then we went to counter Advent's armor-piercing rounds. We had to hunt down a general, and he made a mistake of instantly walking into our frostbomb range, so that ended really badly for him. There weren't any other really nasty enemies present, and the only big Requiem unit was a heavy Mechtoid.
Gonna have to try dead-eyeing the Mechtoid. We have to get it out. 82 is not perfect, but she's got this. Let's go.
That really only left the Hunter, but since he screwed up and jumped into Robotov's range, we got to freeze him and then he could jump no longer. My sneaky team then exposed an extra weakness for the Warlock, and since the aliens wanted the world dead and gone, I had to then blow up one of their facilities. Luck was on my side again, because 2 groups bunched up together just outside of our entry zone, and we went Frosties.
Okay, these guys are frozen. And these guys are gonna start running around like headless chicken while Mechadine just kills them all. You'll love to see it.
He actually did kill all of those running, and the rest were frozen and easy targets anyway. We then snuck inside the facility proper, spotting an altar along the way.
They're just here, so...
Say hello to democracy!
Jesus, flatline. Calm down, buddy. That should kill the Seeker, yeah.
The floating wub-wub machine was easy money for my seasoned killers, and so were the double reinforcements joining after. The success gave me the bond level up between Flatline and Mechadine I was after, but since we were now in the endgame, there was no time to lose. I wanted to give all of my soldiers a chance to show themselves on these last final missions, and as we went to raid that Geth HQ, I brought some old favorites along. Alas, the HQ looked more like ruins to me than an actual base, but who am I to judge what Geth may like? I just started blasting.
There might be a lot of them, but we got big booms for them. Let's see if we can kill any straight away. If not, that's fine. I think we can pick up the rest of them. Oh, he shut down 4 of them as well. That's amazing.
Ninja puppeteered one of them, which triggered a bunch more, and suddenly we had 15 out of 32 active. But there was 10 of us as well, so even though we kept on triggering more and more, we also kept on clearing the map.
We might spawn more. That's something I really should have thought about. Did kill him. So that's good.
Blanco eliminado.
But that triggered just 4 more.
We killed 11 on our first turn, but there were 12 more active. Luckily, most of them went for Death Ops, who had a ton of armor and was hidden in smoke, and the rest went for our puppet, who paid with his life. Rush showed us he hasn't forgotten about his sniping skills yet, and neither did Burn Time, 2 of our snipers that haven't seen that much use lately. As we pushed deeper, we found even more Geth, but the whole ordeal was over in barely a couple turns.
Ninja, you're gonna burn the robot. I don't know how exactly it works, but we're gonna set a robot on fire, and that's that.
With that, the Geth base was destroyed, and they could bother us no longer. Then the month ticked over and I popped in the new faction card, which improved all of our weapons. But there was another reason why I was still hunting aliens. I still needed certain corpses for weapon upgrades, like the Requiem grenade launcher and Requiem shotgun, which we didn't yet have, but it was proving impossible to get them. Plus, I wanted a couple final level ups for those chosen and story missions. Robertovich earned his as we went to hack a device without any hackers.
Alright, he can finish it. Let's go. Love to see it.
The lead is dead.
Oh, there's this guy as well. Can you see him? You can see him. Oh, so good that he came closer. Oh, very nice of you, Mactoid.
The reinforcements ran into our Overwatch trap, but then we ran into an Andromeda trap and he managed to hide a whole altar in his smoke. Rocker Boy did get hurt in the process, but the Ras had enough damage to take care of the Nautilus, while Silver kept the altar on a leash, so we could then kill it in peace later on.
Tiny Marble, you get the chance to finish it. Let's go. Beautiful.
We then had a chance to gather a couple more survivors from a city overrun by the Lost. Oh yeah, there was an altar present once again, but by now I was used to dealing with the floaty wob wob machines.
Yeah, Rupture on the altar. 50% to crit is also nice. That's fine. We rolling all the lowest things.
These types of missions used to be the most chaotic of them all, but on this one we went through the enemy like a rusty knife through hot butter or something like that, and we were rewarded with a scavenger slash bit pilot Basa and gunner slash electro wizard Bog. Then it was time for the chosen hunter to meet his nemesis. I brought Robertovich because I needed his extra frost bombs so the hunter couldn't jumping jack his way out of the danger. I brought Twilight as our main sniper and One Shot as her bondmate with a big cannon and healing capabilities. I also brought Kanak as the hunter was weak to Templars and his bondmate Ozzy for point blank crits and big booms. And last but not the least was Silver for stasis and ranged heals. Again, we didn't have anyone to scout ahead, so we ran into a patrol right away, but big cannons and blue screen rounds made quick work of them and everything else we encountered on our way to the Ascension platform.
See a Mechtoid. Can we get Overwatches? Yes, we can. Oh, 22 damage in total. That's amazing.
Kanak announced our presence to the hunter and Ozzy frostbit him.
So we get 100% chance to crit, and he takes extra damage from close range attacks. That is 34 damage, yeah. Like that, and he gets another shot for 31. Good shit.
Yeah, that didn't end well for the hunter, but his reinforcements started popping in on platforms we couldn't actually get to. But luckily, we had a rocket launcher that could, so we kept on pumping the sarcophagus full of damage and dealing with whatever popped out of the nether. But we were lucky and no nasty Requiem units showed up that could ruin our day.
He's back. Hunter is back. We get Overwatches on him even. And shredded. Let's go. Beautiful.
He could run, but he couldn't hide from us, and while he's my personal favorite chosen, it was time he retired for good.
It's going to take more than a few wounds to slow me down, Commander.
Well, Hunter, you are officially dead now. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's the biggest wound you could ever take. That gave us the Hunter Sniper Rifle, but I didn't have it available for our next mission yet. A mission where I brought 4 new troopers and Basa introduced herself instantly. I gotta try this, right? It just seems too good to be true. It's gonna do this much damage. Let's go. Basa? Holy shit! It did do so much damage. Well, that's amazing.
We then ran into a Sectopod and his buddies, or I guess they ran into our Overwatch shots, which meant their lives were short-lived. Bog and Bill decide to completely ruin all of my frames with their gigantic cannons, but who am I to judge the size of their package? Autogun also showed us that Tesla rifles actually can hit stuff, even though that is a weapon I don't really want to see again in my future campaigns.
Zap him? Okay, that's a zap.
I hit him.
Good. Good job.
There were a lot more reinforcements after that, and we got to kill a bunch of Andromedons whose corpses I could actually use. Alas, since we were evacuating, we couldn't bring them along. With the research on the hunter weapons then complete, it was time to tackle the final chosen. Eyepatch had the honor to use the Lance as our main sniper, and I brought Coco as his bondmate with a rocket launcher, since the Warlock was weak to explosions. I also brought Skinwalker mostly for his Solace so the big boy couldn't mind control us, but also his cannon, stasis, and domination. I also brought Shallows as the chosen was weak to the Reapers, then I had Doodad for her big cannon and also her rocket launcher, and last but not the least was Tiberian as our main healer. This time around we did have a scout to lead the way, which meant we could prepare Overwatch traps, although not everything went according to the plan.
Well, just kill it then. How does a turret dodge is my question. I would like to know, how does a turret dodge?
We had to deal with multiple patrols on our way to the Ascension Chamber, and we've seen some interesting things along the way, but nothing that could stop us.
Oh!
Finally you show up.
Wait, he spawned another dude? I don't think I've ever seen them do that. That's pretty amazing, actually.
Since Warlock was weak to explosions, it was actually a simple affair to blow him up, and with a new bewildered weakness kicking in, he went back into his coffin real fast.
Which means the Coco should be able to kill him if he hits this. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we're talking about.
Alas, while I got lucky with weak reinforcements against the Hunter, I didn't get as lucky here.
Alright. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's horrible. A Titan here? They sent us a Titan.
Doodad froze the big tanky boy while Skinwalker dominated the big floaty boy, and suddenly the cards were in our back pockets and we were betting high.
Tiberian, judge the Titan harshly. Let's go, buddy. Okay, one more hit and he's gone. Yes! Holy shit! Kill the Titan just like that.
The Warlock also threw a hinter into my face, but I faced him with a frost bomb, which rendered it unoperational and allowed us to deal with the rest of the field. Then Shallows managed to take down the sarcophagus, which made the Warlock slightly upset, but he was even more upset when Doodad blew him up.
Eyepatch has got 88 to finish this. The final chosen. Can he do it? Ladies and gentlemen, he can. It's done.
That gave us the last of the chosen weapons, and also a Titan and a Hinter corpse, which allowed me to build 2 Requiem weapons we haven't used before. We were now almost ready for the final mission, but while I was waiting for research to finish, we went to counter another dark event. It was actually a really fun mission where I got to combine a couple of newer soldiers with some old established boys, and we ended up dancing with the big Macapete for quite a while Advent experimental turrets did their own special thing.
That thing is just spawning more units. Look at this! It's got 4 units around it.
With the Macapete blown to pieces, it wasn't too hard to deal with those turrets, but it was funny to see we ended up killing double the units we were promised to see at the start. I gave myself till the end of the month to get the corpses I needed, and so there was one final Macapete to slay before we triggered the last mission, and he decided to sit back around the objective while we picked off its friends.
She can see the purifier. She shoots. She blows up. Very nice. That was double explosion. Perfectly shredded that Andromeda as well.
Jake the Snake triggered more than we wanted, but it wasn't more than we could handle, as Jake himself fixed his mistake to take out the big Mactoid. After dealing with the remains of the smaller pods, it was the Snake again who put himself into harm's way to prepare the Macapete for Rocker Boy's judgment.
6 to 7 on each shot. Okay, that's 1. That's 2, let's go. That's 3, hell yeah. Okay, we're now below 100. Oh, he's got this.
Oh, he missed the last one. But then the month was through, and while we didn't get everything we wanted, it was time to tackle the finale. It was made up of 2 missions, and first we had to sabotage an Advent Network tower using a team of 3 only. I decided to give the honor to the 3 guys who spent the later part of the campaign on covert missions with ambush potential, which meant Lucy, Stag, and Vanadeth, all equipped to deal big damage from up close. Alas, since most of the enemy's presence were Requiem units, I knew we'd be facing some tough opposition. We opened up on a small team, which got easily ripped apart, but then we were up against a Mechtoid, Taipan, and an Adromelid, who naturally made them stealthy. The smaller 2 didn't survive the turn, but the big boy decided we didn't need any more armor, and I also learned never to get close to one again.
Oh, right. That thing. Cool. Wait, how many times can you punch me, buddy? That's kinda uncool. Okay, that's 3rd time! 3 times in a row! 3 times in a row he punched me before I was allowed to punch him.
Luckily, we had medikits available to get rid of the corrosion, and even though he tried hurting us more, Vanadeth then got rid of him.
78 to crit. You got this, buddy. Let's go. Well played, Vanadeth.
There were a couple more beefy boys to shoot through on our way to the final tower, where we hit a lucky streak.
We do have shots here, apparently. Oh my god, he hit another less than 50 shot in here. Oh, they're all together. There's nothing too crazy bad here, which I like. And we hit another Overwatch. Oh, that's amazing.
Well, until we didn't hit shit anymore, so that was a couple of extra injuries for us. But with only 1 mission remaining, who cares? The important thing was the Advent was on the back foot, and the people finally learned the truth. That only left the alien fortress, and I expected legates and altars and mechapetes and titans, but when I saw the alien list, there were mostly just basic vanilla units present. I mean, I had my absolute A-team ready for this, with Sans and Nuke, with Mechadine and Flatline, with Name Twice and Peppa, and finally with Skinwalker and Shallows. Plus, we had the Commander's avatar. It felt like the aliens were disrespecting me.
I think that could be kind of fun, and then we can trigger everybody else. So, yeah, this is how it begins. The first mutant's dead, only like 14 more to go.
I mean, sure, there were 35 of them present, but Nuke and Mechadine could clear whole pods of basic trash in 1 turn. So needless to say, our fight deeper into the facility went without any issues at all.
Sectopod, Mutant, and 2 Andromedons. We are not that well positioned. Apparently we are doing a lot of damage though to the Sectopod. That's amazing. Perfect.
Naturally then, I expected to see much tougher opposition in the final avatar chamber. Alas, even the avatars were protected by basic mobs.
So I think I'm just gonna open up here with Nuke. Get Sora watches as well. Then we see what happens, right? 10 shredded. 3 shredded, 10 damage, that's good. Oh, and you're coming closer, Avatar. That's a mistake.
Sure, they dropped in a lot of additional troops for us to clear, but this mission felt like Requiem units just didn't want to participate. Fun fact, back in 2020 when I streamed the whole XCOM 2 campaign on Twitch, Nuke was our main assault guy, and he was kidnapped by a sectoid abductor 1 turn before we won the campaign, so clearly he wanted some payback this time around.
Mechadine can actually see and can shoot the Avatar, so I think that's what we do. Oh! We actually get 2 shots from that! Because Nuke follows. This is revenge of Nuke!
XCOM was victorious, the world was saved, and after more than 130 missions, I have to say, this was by far the most enjoyable XCOM 2 campaign ever. So thank you to all of you who submitted your soldiers and made it that much more special. Glory to those who perished in battle, and glory to those who lived to see peace again. I'll see you on the next battlefield.
Seeing that flag makes me almost wanna cry. What a beautiful campaign this was. Holy balls on a chopstick.